Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
It's getting going on the far outside with Commandment. They're both putting in their runs as they arrive into the final furlong. O'Sally is also gaining ground on the far outside as they come to the last 16th of a mile. Damon Bourbon in front. O'Sally a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Shereen DeVoe make history in the Kentucky Derby. There's Husker with a shot. They score! James cutting in front. The shot from Destu. The Lightning tie the game on the power play.
Juleson tried to escape, turned it over. Jarvis stacked home and scores!
Cunningham in the open floor. Crossover gets inside, draws the foul, banks it home. Oh, what a shot from Cade Cunningham. Move right back to him. Backseat. Give to the left. Another deuce. Tyrese is taking over.
Still some outs to play with here as Stokes tumbles one through the vacant right side for a base hit. Overbeek around third. The throw comes in from Furch. One hop. Overbeek is safe. RBI single from Red Stokes. Shutout no more.
Clausewitz grounds to short. Cusack has it. Flips to Cammonson in second. In time to force her out. And in time to secure the outright Big Ten championship in 2026. For the first time in 22 years, the Huskers are the outright conference champions.
Good morning. Welcome into Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla. We're presented by Next Gen Mayo Medical. What's up, DB?
Good morning.
Oh, sorry. Let me try again. Let's start over. We're going to start over.
No, it's fine.
Good morning. Welcome in. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
You're stupid.
Presented by Next Gen Mayo Medical.
How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Feeling froggy this morning?
I thought of you yesterday. Remember how I told you the last time, like the last time I had to get rid of a dog?
Oh, yeah.
It was like nesting.
Yeah.
This is funny, but not funny. So I, bumping around yesterday morning, and it's like, hey, Blackstone's got to go. It's like, huh? Oh, it's clutter out there. It's got to go.
Mm.
I didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
Apparently that thing was already on Facebook Market. So I'm thinking to myself, shoot, I know she likes the dogs. What's next to go? Yeah. So
It's tough out here.
guess I'm short of Blackstone.
You were thinking about getting rid of it anyway.
I was, but not for that price.
Well,
My man came over. He's an electrician. And I mean, he was there like, this was all before like 9:45.
you may have underpriced it.
And I was like, hey, it's a heck of a price. You in the refurbishing business? Because it does need a little work. And he's like, I don't ever tried it. Too good to pass up. Hope so. Yeah.
That's what you love to hear when you're selling something. Too good of a deal to pass up. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like you could have waited. Till I was gone to say that.
keep an eye on somebody disappearing. Oh yeah. So no, it was cool. Like good, decent sports weekend. I woke up. So I'm missing about 2 hours and 20 minutes of sleep. But I did go back.
Okay.
So it's cool. It was dicey from like 1 to 3.
Okay.
Then we found a way to shut it down. But I was I'm excited and I'm nervous for my man Shane. Because
the abs?
Well, he loves the sport and he said, watch your organs, DB. I know TK. Off to a sluggish start this morning too, man. But I checked. I still got my kidney. Everything's good so far.
Didn't wake up in a bathtub full of ice or anything. You good?
It's giving me 7 pounds vibes. Oh, Will Smith. No, but Shane, because I know you love hockey, and this Avs Wild series is I mean, what a like we saw some things in sports that you just typically don't see this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, between
Canada not getting a shot on goal for a whole.
dude, like,
Yeah.
how about what Orlando did in back-to-back basketball
Man,
games?
can I just say,
Like I don't know if you'll ever see that again.
that game 6 in the second half was one of the so I wasn't watching live, so I had to go back and get it.
So where were you when I sent that? When I sent the debacle group text?
So I was at me and Austin went to Taco Fest.
Why are you? So is Austin in the family?
This is my sad Orlando Magic fan.
Oh, are we putting Austin in the hangout family?
Well, I am marrying him and his fiance, so I think we might have to.
You got time to get to know him.
Also, this was technically a work event.
I never get the memo, so I have no idea.
They sent us to, it was just us two. They sent us to get content for Hurrdat One.
Rico, you feel offended? I sometimes
Rico doesn't get invited because Rico lives in Lincoln.
Oh, well, I live a minute away, so.
Damon doesn't get invited because I don't know.
Apparently, I'm antisocial.
This would have been your nightmare.
Oh, video capturing content?
Not just that, but also like the atmosphere.
What was it?
There was nowhere to hide.
Oh,
like it was. So it was
they might not know me. Would have been fine.
I got recognized 4 times. You would have been in trouble.
Oh yeah, I'd have been mad.
So you'd have been in a lot of trouble.
I see his mug like pop up on my TikTok, and I'm like, oh, when do you do that? Oh, when do you do that?
After the show.
Oh, that's nice. They got him out doing that. I was like, shoot, that must be why he makes some money. Listen, I'll dole my talents out for more dinero. What would you like? I'm a hooker for hire.
I was gonna say send me and DB out somewhere, but then you said that, and I don't want to be.
I just meant, well, people might not have known who Spencer was. Shane, were you a big Spencer for hire guy?
Yeah, Robert was a good actor.
Spencer for hire?
I got nothing.
I know Rico's out. Yeah. Okay.
Said,
no. Spencer for it's an old TV show.
But yeah, so they basically was in a warehouse in South Omaha. Our Uber driver was like,
wait, you took an Uber?
Well, so it was a taco and tequila thing, and I was like, I don't really trust myself to be able to drive.
Okay, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
What's up?
What? Why wouldn't you think that I would like tequila?
There was like 500 people in a warehouse. You'd have lost your mind.
Not with enough tequila. Let's see. Sway those options.
Was the warehouse like if DB was looking around the warehouse, do you think he could somehow turn it into like a place where he could imagine burying a body or something?
Oh, he definitely could have gone like Dexter's up in there.
I did have a vision.
So I'm saying you give him a tequila and he'd be walking around the warehouse.
He'd be like, you could drain the blood over here. And
yeah.
Sunday night?
What kind of vision we have?
I wanted to. This is. I'm not doing it.
But I mean, come on now.
So now this came from somewhere.
Yeah.
So Thursday night or Friday night, I was watching Gladiator, and I watched it from the beginning. And when Maximus said, "At least give me a soldier's death," they were going to put the blade behind the base of. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was going to be a beheading, but then they acted like they were just going to put it between,
like sever the spinal cord, basically.
Yeah, and I just wondered, like,
are you not entertained?
Like, if it doesn't go deep enough and you don't kill them, would they be like? Is that a way to paralyze somebody you want to keep around? So I don't know why I thought that. I just been like, oh, he wouldn't have been able to write it. I mean, it came from it wasn't like homicidal
independently.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through a lot of what ifs.
You want me to make you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have I've had a recurring dream a few times now, where I don't.
You can dream the same thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you ever had recurring dreams? Oh, I don't think so. I've had a few in my life that
like kind of, but they're still different.
I mean,
not like
same. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if they're like identical, but it's the same situation.
Mhm.
And it is for some reason I've killed someone. I don't know why.
I mean, have you killed someone?
For some reason I've killed someone in the dream,
To
be clear. And I've done a very poor job of getting rid of the body. And I know I've done a very poor job of getting rid of the body, but the police and everyone else still can't find the body. So it's just me being anxious that they're going to find the body because I know I didn't do a very good job.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And that's the whole dream. As I don't like the dream has nothing, like I don't actually see myself killing anybody. I don't see myself hiding the body.
okay, I know I've said this. I
Yeah.
don't think you can read.
Yeah.
But I'm on speed dial. Call me.
Be like, DB, I need help.
I got a body.
Help me.
Yeah. Right? Because
don't call me.
What?
What'd you say?
Don't call me.
I'm calling Rico first. Just be
Rico,
like,
I
hey,
don't
bud.
even know if you could help carry a body. You'd be too busy making jokes.
I would be.
He would snitch on us immediately.
Oh, I know. The minute they turn the heat up.
No, that's why I'm telling you not to call me, because I can't defend you in court. I can't defend your character if I know you actually did it.
I'm just saying he would absolutely, like, the light comes on, the bright light comes on, and he's like, he did it. He did it.
Look, as soon as I see the body, I go, yeah, I'm telling somebody.
It's like Anthony Anderson in Transformers when they bring him in, and
You got to stay tough.
He's like,
you can't break.
You don't see. I ate all the donuts. I'm not nervous. And as soon as they come in, she did it. It was her. That's Rico.
I would have pulled a Jack Reacher. You guys seen Jack Reacher?
Which
With little Tom Cruise?
No.
So when
I don't know why I asked which one. I haven't seen either.
When the sniper, when they think he did it, he's in the interrogating room, and the DA is batting like 1,000 in terms of the death penalty.
Mhm.
It's like he doesn't lose, and he's actually the defense lawyer's dad, which is kind of a plot twist. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen this old Jack Reacher. And it's the lady. She's so creepy looking. I can't remember her name. Google Jack Reacher just real quick and find. It's not the first one. It's the second one.
He did multiple movies?
He did two. It's this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's her? Is it Laura Line? It's not Laura Liney. That's Ozark lady.
Oh, Rosamund Pike.
Yeah.
The Gone Girl lady?
Yes.
Yeah, super creepy.
She's a weirdo.
Yeah. I don't know. She makes me uncomfortable, but it might just because
do you think she intentionally doesn't tan, or is she just pale?
I don't know. Some people don't take to.
She's always. I think she gives me these ghostly killer. Not that I could. I mean, she just gives me weird vibes.
She's
Maybe
like Ghostface Killer.
Well played, big Wu-Tang Clan guy.
It's okay.
I like Ghostface. Ghostface did a banger with Method Man and All That I Got Is You and Mary J.
Yeah.
All that I got is you. And I'm so thankful I made it through.
I don't know if I know that one.
I sit and think about. Yeah, Ghostface at the very end goes, hey, the child I was today is blah, blah, blah. And he goes, if you don't know where you come from, you're never going to make it to where you're going. That was Ghostface.
There you go.
At the very end.
But yeah,
anyway.
I think Gone Girl has tinged how I see her in everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I'm not riding with you at all.
Yeah. That's tough.
Pass.
So he's trying. He thinks the sniper did it because he picked off like 6 guys in the military. He had this affinity to want to kill, but he never got the orders. So he, on his own, like picked off some guys that were doing bad things.
Okay.
And during the interrogation, the guy goes, he asked for a notepad, and the guy goes, 16 hours. Didn't think he'd been that quick. Ben, B-E-N-D. And so the guy wrote on a piece of paper, and they spun it around and looked, and it said, "Get Jack Reacher." That's probably what you'd have done.
No, that's Rico right there. He's
Get Jack Reacher.
He's busting immediately. He's just, nope.
Yeah, so like a bunch of things back to sports. So you had the tragic who didn't. So they went almost as long without getting to double digits as your boy Dante Moore did without completing a pass against Iowa.
Like 2.5 real hours.
Yes, of real time.
Dude, so I had to go back.
I mean, just think about that for a minute.
I had to go back and get it because I I was checking the box score because
You're like, there's no way they scored 9 points.
Well, I had like I have a weird affinity for the Magic because I like that stupid song. And so I'm like, all right, they're up by, I had seen basically nothing up to that point. I'm like, oh, they're up by 10 midway through the third. Good to go. And then I check at the end. I'm like, they lost by 14?
Yeah.
And then I look at the box score and I go, okay, they're up by a lot at halftime. And I was like,
22.
I was like 11 points in the third quarter. That's tough.
Yeah.
8 points in the fourth. Not sure I've ever seen that before.
Yeah.
A single digit quarter
In the NBA. 19 for the half.
Yes. A single digit quarter is bad in high school.
Rico, you can count. If you score 19 and a half, what's that for the game?
What'd you have in the first half?
No, there you go.
He pulled a Shane.
Is it like
10,
infectious
11, 12.
over there?
No, that is clearly not the dumb room because there's a lot of funny things that come out of that room. It's just 38. Can you imagine like scoring 38 points and
an NBA basketball?
You meant both halves? You said if you scored 19 and a half.
Hey, Shane, do you want Fernando Mendoza?
Hey, I said it.
No. Your wording was bad.
For the game.
Your wording was bad.
No,
okay.
I knew exactly what you meant.
I'll own it.
No, yeah, because you're talking about it. Ridiculous.
I don't even have in my heart to like. I just let it. Anybody else? I don't know what it is, Rico, because I don't think you're that nice of a guy. I just tend to let him off the hook.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I know you always say that.
You shouldn't. He earns it.
Anyway, like
So cute.
no. Okay, we're just doing too much. That didn't even cross my mind. I mean, shocker. I did not get into the way you look. But it's like, and then they had nerve enough to be up in game 7. And I was like, no way they recover from this.
No, not even a
And
little
then
bit.
all of a sudden the Magic hit.
And then they went back to doing Magic stuff.
And then hockey was an absolute gong show.
The Avs Wild.
Well, that was part of it,
Yeah.
but it started. I mean, Carolina went about the way we thought, but this is going to be. I mean, it's the NHL playoffs.
They hammered that first goal in. I mean, they just.
You talking about Wild Avs or
Carolina?
Yeah, I thought you may go all the way back to Montreal and Tampa Bay.
Well, I'll say, how did Montreal end up winning that game when they didn't shoot a shot on goal for an entire period?
Well, that's just what. He called them Canada. I believe he meant Montreal.
Yeah, I didn't think the
Canada.
entire country.
Well, they have their hopes on them.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm sure someone in the country of Canada got a shot on goal yesterday.
So add the Lightning to the storied I'd call them had a ton of success.
Well, 2 in a row. I mean,
I know they just haven't been around as long as like the Leafs,
Right.
Edmonton, the Pens, who are probably going to have to take a look at how they do business again.
Yeah,
and they may need to start over, even though you have one of the best players in hockey.
Shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're kind of giving me Detroit Pistons vibes. Like they can't run it back the same way. Like Detroit has to add a piece. Like they can't keep playing like. I know you're hoping they can't keep playing like this. No, Rico doesn't care yet. Because you guys have the Sixers, right?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So
we'll be fine.
So add that to the list of weird things that happened this weekend was the Celtics.
Yeah. Well, the Tatum thing hurt them a little, obviously, but they were.
Do you want my hot take?
They were pissing that thing away beforehand.
I'll never know with Tatum, but if say you insert Tatum into the starting lineup, the Sixers still had a better starting 5.
No, it is. It's just a dramatically less
I don't
reliable.
think that's a hot take, right?
The Celtics had 3 starters not score a point.
Yeah, it's the first time. Was that Jacob that first gave the bite? It was in our group text before I saw it.
Maybe.
I think he beat that thing. Was it Jacob?
I mean, if it was a stat, it probably was Jacob. It's a pretty good chance.
No, because he wouldn't have drawn negative attention to Sherman. Maybe it was, or maybe he did. Maybe it was somebody else. But anyway, that was not mean, did you see that starting lineup?
So it's Paul George, Embiid, Kelly Oubre, which feels like the outlier there, but I actually like kind of Kelly Oubre a little bit for what he is.
Big multicolored hair guy.
No, he played for the Warriors for a minute, and I had a soft spot.
I have a
Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, that's a better story.
Which Edgecombe's a dog.
That's a better. And Maxey
Edgecombe scares me.
He should. And then the starting lineup was.
We have a player at Westside we call VJ Edgecombe. He looks just like VJ Edgecombe. Yeah. Is he also a dog? I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. His dad was tough. So I'm hoping he's a dog.
So you know
Would
what
he
I'm not
somehow find the camera and wink at it after making a clutch bucket?
No, when you see him, because I think he's gonna be good, and he plays a position in which you can easily see him. You watch. If he doesn't do a thing to his hair, because it is just doing what it wants to do. It is super VJ Edgecombe. Every time I see him in the morning, I'm like, man, did the guys give you a hard time about? Yeah.
just doesn't care.
Nope.
The Celtics, if you would insert,
which is weird when you're driving like a $65,000 vehicle, you maybe would mix in a little edge up. That's not who he is.
Not about that life.
No. Fighting urge to be. Fighting urge.
So even if you put Tatum in the lineup, he'd start over Shireman, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be.
It's still a better start.
Tatum, Ron Harper Jr. For some reason,
isn't he? He's hard to watch.
Like, why aren't you starting Pritchard?
Can I just say something?
Yeah. No,
about this is a Celtics hot take.
I'm ready.
When they're not making shots,
they're bad to watch.
It is the worst basketball to watch. It looks like a pickup game.
I don't know about the worst, but it's bad. I mean, the Raptors are bad to watch.
So they had 7 missed shots at the end there.
Like the Raptors going like 12 of 50.
How many shots in a row did the Magic miss?
Dude, was it?
It was like 21.
Yeah,
I think.
In a row.
It was. I was trying to think because I was like, oh, that's kind of like the Rockets in like 17 or whenever. Whenever they lost to the Warriors and missed like 29 threes in a row, and I was like, whoa. But that was just threes. That wasn't
killed that note.
Actual shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Rockets made other shots in that stretch. The Magic missed 21 shots in a row.
I know.
That's how you get 8 points in an NBA quarter.
I think they scored 15 in the third yesterday. That's bad.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't the worst.
It was the third worst
It was
quarter.
the third worst quarter in 48 hours.
That's it, the last 2 games.
Like you're just not gonna see that again.
Yeah.
Close out basketball. Gotta love it.
They probably need to figure something out there.
And add the Celtics to the storied franchises that can't run it back. You need to move off the little Cro-Magnon dude with the ball. You need to move off of Derek White.
Okay.
You need a point guard.
You need a center.
You need a real
point. You traded away Al Horford. That was your first mistake.
You have to revamp the front court. But what kind of front court are you going to play?
Pretty good, though.
Yeah, he can be. When you know he's on the court.
You better,
I know you're not drawing plays for him.
No, but like if you've got Tatum and Brown and if you get a real point guard, you can survive having Kata as your starting center.
Celtics got they have one title with Brown and Tatum,
just the one. Because they lost to the
I
Warriors in 22.
I think you got to break that up.
So
they rushed Tatum back. He shouldn't have come back this year.
I felt awful because
you low-key like him a little bit.
I do.
Yeah.
Micah can't stand
Which is weird.
I know.
He doesn't seem like your type at all.
I know, man. You know what? It's like Vince Carter. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because they don't really fit my
Duke guy.
Mentality.
Duke guy.
I can get over that.
Yeah, but like if you
acted like you just smelled a turnip. Can you do that look again?
Duke guy.
That's an ugly face. I don't know why I thought about turnips.
It's the only one I got.
I don't even know the last time I smelled a turnip was.
I have no idea what a turnip smells like.
They're horrible. My mom used to clean them when we used to have turnip greens, and I was just like,
help me.
No, I'm serious. Like I can recreate the vomit.
We don't need to do that this morning.
Well, I have my bag.
No, you know the reason that I don't like. I understand why you might like his game, but
I don't really. I like him.
See, that makes it. That's the confusing part because
I can't explain it.
He's so like
mercurial.
No, he's cringy, but like not
cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy.
Why?
That's so. Have you seen the clips of him like just recreating what other like? When they win the title, he does the KG anything is possible thing, which is super. He just copies it. He doesn't have his own personality.
Yeah, I'm a big KG guy.
He did the Kanye West. What they always ask me what would happen if I lost. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, He doesn't have like a real personality.
He did the Kobe pose.
I'm not going to spend 88 hours defending a Dookie, but I like you guys could probably win on that hill. He is weird.
He's super cheesy. Like I don't think either. He doesn't have his own personality or he's not willing to show it. And I'm just, what are we doing here?
I just think he's like, I mean, he's kind of a square. It's one of the reasons I kind of like Rico. Like, it's almost like I know. Damn it.
It's like, you're a giant dork. I kind of like you.
Wow.
Not what I said.
I mean, that's pretty much what you said.
What do you think square means?
I was going to explain it, and I was like, nah. Take that on back.
You think I'm a square?
No, I just think you're genuinely kind of quirky enough to not really be able to get mad at. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
I never thought that.
Oh, it's hard.
I never thought being compared to Jason Tatum would be an insult, but I'm insulted.
I can't. I'm butchering this thing.
The only way I would think being compared to Jason Tatum wasn't an insult was if you were talking about my injury recovery ability or my jumper. That's it.
He does have a wet ball.
Yeah. I mean, he can stroke it. Like I don't particularly for a guy that's as good as he is. I should like him more. But
I mean, wasn't this statistically? You're just watching at this juncture in the season, whether it's the NBA or hockey, just seeing things like how are you not going to have a shot on goal?
Just watching some bad ball.
How are you not going to have a shot on goal in hockey?
I would think you get one on accident,
right?
Just kind of like
turnover,
whatever.
Trick it off in the like
you get some open ice or something like.
On accident. And they won.
Yeah. That's a W.
We saw a triple-double where a dude made one field goal.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happens. That's one of the strangest stat line anomalies I've ever heard of.
And flipping Nebraska baseball gets swept.
Yeah, just talking about I pissed down my leg and I broke the other one.
And on Thursday, I should have been safe as a kitten.
We're just not going to get any hits this weekend, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I said as long as they don't wet the bed, they're firmly in a hosting situation.
And those sheets be yellow.
What happened? So stupid.
Like, my guys went out there with limp noodles instead of bats, man. Like, that thing.
Hey, Ben, they were. They were super fluky. It's like, and I know we've gotten in. You don't watch enough to want to fight me over it, but you know, I hate the term puck luck, even though I do think a couple carom. But sometimes I think, you know, like even in odd man rushes or when you're putting pressure on the net, like I could see a little stick back or like those. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say puck luck, but those were some crazy goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. We have I say we got Shake and Bake up there.
Yeah. Back in his old Omaha sweater.
She has and by she, I don't like to use pronouns when people actually have names. Sasha has a lot of things in her office that I would like to bring in here just to occupy my.
Like the buttons?
No, I'm not doing the buttons.
No more buttons?
No, because
you got traumatized because
that's not the word I use.
No, they're all worse.
Wow, Ravi Kachera for belittling. That's fine.
All right.
I wasn't belittling.
But who?
I sat on that one. Belittling.
Too many tacos in Tequila.
Yeah, I know. It's still in the system, you know. So I had to Uber.
Did you get it in?
Not too bad. It was enough that I
Did
was.
AJ get it in?
I think we were both feeling pretty good, but I wouldn't have said we were.
What's a Buzz Jimmy Neutron look like?
Not that different from a regular Jimmy Neutron.
I'm more of a sausage guy, though.
He laughs a little more.
Oh,
It was fun. No, it was it was enough that I was glad I didn't drive.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You're very safe.
I'm trying to be. It's a long way away. It was South Omaha. It was a long time.
You're like Oboe and Along Came Polly.
That actually is not too dissimilar from what my job was. It was a different industry, but I was a risk analyst.
Yeah, you drive and carry yourself like that.
Sorry, just like safety.
There's things in the middle.
I'm not as bad as some of his tendencies in that movie.
Yeah,
Like I don't care about the
Big Ben Stiller guy.
He's okay.
So
He's better as a side character.
We were talking about Kelly Oubre and his hair, and it made me think of something that happened at the store with Zoe.
What's that?
Considering, hey, how about this? I'm not gonna say lost.
Okay.
She was unaccounted for in the grocery store for
Okay.
probably 5 minutes. Maybe 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
Like unaccounted for. I walked in and I was like, oh my God, I have never seen a 4-pound crate of strawberries.
Oh wow.
Listen, and we run through fruit.
Because usually they're like this.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's about a pound, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the big one. Sometimes you get a 2.
Oh, I took a picture.
Yeah.
4 pounds.
That's aggressive.
$6.98.
Oh wow.
So when we're walking in, I'm like, hey, Ryder, we need hot honey, we needed like broccoli. We needed like 5 or 6 things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 things she likes to do. Number 1, count how many parking spaces we are from the door.
Okay.
Just to see if she can remember. And she loves to grocery shop.
Mhm.
I did get her off the scanning gun. She does now swipe.
Okay.
But I took her with me to another grocery store that she's not used to going to, and she struggled with the beeper thing.
Mhm.
So she decided she didn't like it. I'm like, it is just one bad time.
We don't like this show anymore.
Like, we're just not gonna be pretending to hit people with this gun from here on out. We're gonna get past the scanning thing, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't find her. And I was like, so I didn't want to move. So I waited in front of the produce until this girl came back.
Mhm.
She came back with
Hot honey.
nope.
No.
She got frozen cinnamon rolls, some frozen dinner rolls
Was that on the list?
for her.
Okay.
She's like, we gotta have some cinnamon rolls.
Goes on her own list.
Do you know what she said? She said, you need something to vacuum seal, don't you? Because I take them out of the bag and I vacuum seal them.
The cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Look, man, she knows you.
She does. This little girl bagged the broccoli. Arms full. She's like, here you go. I was like, where have you been? And like, who am I going to call? I'm certainly not telling on myself.
Until now.
But I'm like, yeah, it's all fun now. But literally, I sat there for 5 minutes in front of the strawberries because I didn't want to be the guy that went to go try to find her.
Yeah.
And she's coming back
Went to go
where
find
she,
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just imagining.
She bagged broccoli.
I'm just imagining like that scene in Home Alone where Macaulay Culkin's just like in the grocery store, just like doing his thing, and they're like, "What are you doing down there, bud?"
Yeah. And she played against a team yesterday where one of the opposing team's coaches works at Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I bet she sees this little girl just run around this store incessantly. So anywho, but I need you guys to help me with this. So it was back to the Kelly Oubre, the color hair thing.
Yeah.
They were let's just say they were friends.
Okay.
And
Nah, I'm just listening.
they were kind of a couple of times we just happened to be in the same aisle.
Sure.
Well, mainly it was the fruit and veggie section.
Yeah.
And so about whatever, however long I was in there, 12, 15 minutes later, they're checking out, and they're across from me.
Mhm.
So I'm trying not to be nosy, but Zoe's doing the scanning, so I have some downtime. I got the bags ready for her. And she couldn't do something on her. One of them couldn't do something on their phone.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, she's trying to beep it.
Yeah.
And it's like not going. So I'm like, do I, don't I? Like, they may not. Like, I have all sorts of questions that are going through my head. So I bebop on around and I go, hey, I said, what's going on? And she goes, oh, it won't take such and such. And right then I knew I had a decision to make. I was like, I'm kind of pod committed, but let's just hope this isn't a big number.
Yeah, once you bebop over there, like, you're all in.
I know. But it was like 2302.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, here. I said, hey, no. I said, no problem. I got you. Swiped it, whatever. And I went back and on my merry way. But her friend was buying groceries separate.
Mhm.
And she just went about her business and did it. And I was like,
not helping her friend out at all.
I was like, huh? Well, you're not gonna help out your boot like you. But then I thought about it. I was like, they were maybe at an age where it's a little snug.
Sure.
And she didn't have extra.
Yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
And they were very, very complimentary and kind. And so I'm mumbling on the way back to the car. I'm like, man, I want to just replant it in my head. And so he go, deadpan straight face, carrying her flipping groceries. This little girl goes, Dad, it's okay. I think the OCD just got the best of you.
She's calling you out.
Oh, listen, I wanted to pump that little girl. I was like,
you're like, I could be a place kicker. Watch,
because it was driving me crazy to just see the struggle. I was like,
I probably wouldn't even noticed. I would be like, oh, they're doing some stuff over there. No idea.
It's fine.
It's totally on me.
Just add that to the weekend of debacles.
No, it's fine. It's good.
It's DB storytelling.
And that's
And now all of a sudden I'm missing a Blackstone. It's a nice little vacancy out on the old deck.
Too good of a deal to pass up.
I may have to hire him though for something.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, can I get a discount to got my Blackstone for free, basically?
I'm telling you, I know you're going to give me a serial killer joke, but he pulled up in like this white van and he parked lengthwise, like blocking the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
So we wheeled it down together. I was like, oh, hey, I'll help you.
Yeah.
And apparently he bought my propane tank too, because what would I need a propane tank for without a Blackstone? I was like, that alone cost me about what this dude is paying. But it was just the two of us out there, so I didn't feel like talking to myself. And so we wheel it in the back of the deal, and he just he pulls the doors open.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, this is how it happened to old girl in Silence of the Lambs. Like I could What? No, not you. You're dumb. I know you're going to laugh. Listen, I defend you. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
Don't act like you didn't call me a freaking cornball.
No, he said quirky.
I don't use the word cornball. I don't use the word cornball.
Somebody in the comment section called him a cornball. I called him cheesy. Ravi was making fun of the way that he acts. And you said, you know what? You remind me of him, Rico.
You kind of like Jason Tatum. Quirky.
All of that. You were like, you know what? Rico.
I'm like, this dude could have taken me with his boys if he wanted to. I would have been got.
Yeah.
I didn't get in first, but like, let's just say now it's broad daylight. It's like 9:50 in the morning, but like, I could have been gone. I'm like, was this part of the plan?
How do I ask this?
Oh Lord.
What did this person look like?
He's
like age.
He was probably in his, you guys are about the same age.
Okay.
High 30s.
Do you look like me?
No.
Do you look like Jimmy Neutron?
Yes.
Okay.
Except maybe he'd been coming off a bender. I don't know.
Well, like I said, so
but Listen, he's obviously negotiating early. Maybe he got up sooner than he wanted.
Maybe he's ready to go. He's like, oh, got to check for Blackstones this morning. So you know when you were a kid and there were like spiders around the house, and you know your parents would be like, oh, it's okay, don't get scared. They're more scared of you than you are of them.
Yeah,
that may have been the situation with your guy.
Here we go.
If I had to guess,
here we go.
Maybe it's possible.
Okay,
so. You know, everybody's scared of everybody else in that situation.
Scared of the black guy.
Oh, that's not what I was doing. You're at your house. You got everything at your disposal. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know what he's walking. Like, he walks up to the door. He doesn't know what he's walking into either. You know what I mean? Just like, that's why I don't let Natasha sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So you could do that somewhere else. Not having randos roll up to my house. Although I do say if they
go, can I tell a quick Facebook Marketplace story?
He said no one is trying to abduct you. Now I'm the cornball.
I'm just saying, like, if you roll up to the house and you hear those dogs, like, you're probably not coming back.
Mine,
not yours.
Oh,
your tiny little table dogs. Ain't nobody scared.
So now you're just gonna go in unnecessarily because I called you quirky.
Probably.
They're gonna see Bella on the table and be like, "We can handle that one."
They're gonna be like, "Oh, we're taking this guy." They're gonna see your rubber gloves and be like, "He ain't about that life." Can I tell a quick Facebook Marketplace story?
Sure.
I was selling some bikes that I had. No, don't talk. This is my time. I was selling some bikes on Facebook Marketplace, and we went to have them go test the bikes out and get there. It was like these two older ladies. And one of them was like, well, can I see how it rides? I was like, yeah, I guess. So she gets on it and she was riding around the parking lot. She goes to stop. I guess it was a little higher up than she thought it was. And she fell. And I felt so bad that she like got up. And then she was like, yeah, I didn't laugh. I was very proud of myself. And she gets up. Her friend helps her up. And they're like, yeah, I don't think we're going to take this.
Just ruin the sale.
I was like, okay.
Well, like, did it need like a seat adjuster? She just wasn't a good bike rider.
I just think it was a little higher up than she thought when she stopped and she went to put her leg down. And she made a funny noise. She got away. Ah!
I'm not even gonna kid you. There's lots of things I like to compete at.
Yeah,
I am not a good bike rider.
Oh, I can't ride a bike. I can't.
I get it. Like, oh, it's riding a bike. How hard could it be?
No, I can't ride a bike either. I really can't.
I'm not what I'd call a gifted bike rider.
I like riding bikes.
I don't understand why that would be funny. Like I'm admitting something to you that I feel like.
No, it's just the way you phrased it.
Oh,
it's
always my delivery. Huh?
Yeah. No, I can't. I legitimately can't ride a bike. I can't laugh at you for that.
No, you can ride.
No, I can't. I used to be able to when I was a kid. They say you can't forget. That's a lie.
You can't ride a bike?
No, so I could ride when I was a kid, but I never was like all my friends lived within like 3 houses of me, basically.
Oh, you're a walker.
So we just run up there real quick. It seemed silly to get the bike out.
I think a lot of kids like in the last 20 years can't ride bikes.
So I could ride a bike. I had one. I could ride it. It was cool. But I stopped when I was probably like 10 or 11. And then never really had, like, I had no reason to after that until when I was nannying. The kids were like, hey, can we ride our bikes down to the pool? And I was like, we could walk down to the pool. And they're like, no, we want to ride our bikes down there. And I was like,
don't kids nowadays get the motorized stuff? Like they don't, or the hoverboard? Like,
well, in like 2008, when I was nannying, we didn't have hoverboards yet.
I don't think I taught any of my kids to ride anything.
So they're like, I was like, hey, I don't have my bike. I don't have one. And they're like, oh, our dad said you could use theirs. By the way, their dad's like 6'4", like he's a tall dude. So
Zoe should be able to ride a bike. Zoe
probably she's 7,
still rocking the training wheels.
Come on, Zoe. What are you doing?
Got a lot of motorized stuff off Facebook Market though.
She can grocery shop by herself, but she can't.
We're working Ellie off of her training wheels right now.
How old, Ellie?
She is 6.
Not rub it in, Rico.
Oh, we're in the neighborhood.
She can't yet. We're working on it.
Or you take her out to like the track?
No, just right in front of the house. There's like some younger kids in the neighborhood that are already. There's this one kid across the street, and he's zooming on his bike. He's already making like stopping and sliding and skid
I
marks.
got two neighbors. I got two
Like
little
Tokyo
boys
drifting?
up the street
Oh,
from
yeah, he's
me
all over.
I think are homeschooled. And one of them is like 3, and I think he's like dirt bike jumping.
Why do you think they're homeschooled?
This dude is gifted, like, pew! I was like, you can barely walk. And dude, like, they're both nice on bikes. They got these motorized trucks, like remote control trucks for Easter.
Yeah.
So I see them quite a bit. They play nicely together.
Why do you think they're homeschooled?
I don't know.
They're just around a lot, like during the day.
Oh, yeah. Like, I know for sure they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had like some tendencies or something.
No, super homeschooled.
Okay.
And I have one more thing before we go to break.
That's fine.
Because we don't have to count to 6 anymore, right?
Not yet. No, we're good.
Old man take
Right.
or not? I need Scott because he's in our neighborhood.
Okay.
So there's the same 4 kids that walk home.
Okay.
And there's a house on the corner where you turn into our neighborhood with there's 2 back-to-back immaculate lawns.
Okay.
I mean, one of the older guys never wears he's like the tan old super dad bod, but don't give 2 cares vibe, but always working on his yard. And I know Amazing Daniel, like, what?
Which part?
I know what you were insinuating. I'm afraid to. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the kids, when they're coming down the sidewalk, they cut through his yard.
Oh.
They do it all the time. And I'm like, is that the parents' fault? Or is that because my dad would have flipped out? Like, what's the rules for walking through people's yards?
I'm trying to remember when we were
Don't do it.
Right?
Yeah, unless you like know them. Like we'd cut through our friends' yards when we were like going because we had a bunch of kids that like all went to school together about the same age within like a couple blocks of each other.
You had friends?
Well, every once in a while.
Ride bikes.
Nah, just walking.
I wrecked, so that's why I didn't do it.
So we'd like cut through each other's yards to get to our other friends' houses. But yeah, if you don't know, we did there was the guy that lived right behind my parents growing up. He was like down.
I haven't shared that with him, Brian. I'll get on it though. Those guys hiding behind their names again. Jesus. What do you think, Scott? He's got a sweet yard. Old man here, stay off my lawn.
Yeah, so I grew up in being neighbors with the guys.
It's the 2 houses right when you turn into our neighborhood. No, Kobe, you're not even old enough to be like that.
Nah, he's an old soul though.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had this dude.
I guessed 40s.
I thought you were low. And he's like, I'm 15. No, I think he's like in his late 20s. I think he said, but
he just turned 28.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Come on, man.
We had this dude literally like with scissors, like evening out his yard.
No, that's some solder stuff.
And yeah, this dude was retired. He had nothing else to do, I guess. And I don't know, he must not like his wife that much. He liked being outside all the time. But he like every time like a ball or something would go into his yard, everybody had to like look out, make sure Dwayne wasn't around and be like, whoa.
You think Dwayne's still with us?
I wouldn't guess so. I think he was retired, so I'm guessing at least 60s, and that was 30 years ago. So I'm guessing he's not with us any longer. I know he doesn't live in that house anymore.
Yeah, I was getting ready to take a right to leave, and I was just like, ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It's like 4 too, so it's skipping on through. And I was like, oh, if you take the same path every couple of days in a row.
I say, as a kid, you're just like, oh, I just walked through here a couple of times. It's nothing bad. Then next thing you know, a couple weeks later, you see a yellow line starting to form. You're like, oh no,
got a little path. Whoa.
Oh no.
I just was curious.
Yeah, I mean, I think ideally you'd not do it, but I also don't think, unless their parents have told them, I don't know that a kid thinks about it.
And another 20 feet, and like you're to the edge of the sidewalk, and you can just like you like to turn in your vehicle, just a 90-degree turn. They like rounded that thing off through the
Well, yeah, I try not to be in other people's lanes, Stevie.
That's not how you do it.
Yeah,
it's
just try. I'm gonna stay on my side of the road. You stay on your side of the road. That's what the lines are for. I don't know if you know that.
I get it.
That's what the lines are for. Like that's your side of the road.
You don't have to. You can round into the turn though.
Well, you don't have to though. Don't have to.
So you can get mad at the people on the interstate that can't take the bend between 84th and 42nd.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause that's not a turn.
God, it's a nightmare.
I was driving downtown. What day was it?
Go to the old warehouse?
It might have been to Taco Fest. And
no, because you Ubered.
No, well, yeah, the Uber driver, we had some traffic. There was a couple times I'd be like, hey, bud, we're falling a little close here. We're getting a little, oof, a little dicey. Yeah.
Did you? I thought you only Ubered a certain way. Aren't you a black guy?
Thank you, but no. They don't have those in Omaha. They don't have Uber Black in Omaha.
Well, you can. What do I get?
So I got Uber Comfort.
Maybe that's it. Is that the one where you can say silence or?
Yeah, you could say no talking.
Temping,
you can ask for temp, and you can. Typically, it's a newer car and a little bit more room in the back seat. So
Uber Comfort, is that what you?
That's what it's called. That's
I believe it because I look for ratings.
Yeah. Both of mine were 499 pluses. So
just didn't like the way that he drove.
I mean, he was a little dicey, you know.
So who was carrying the camera? Did you shoot up with your phone?
We did phones. I'll be honest. Austin did most of the work. I was there for moral support mostly and to help so he wasn't eating tacos by himself.
My phone is not being it doesn't register on the network.
Mm-hmm.
And so I couldn't get calls in and calls out. And so I made an appointment with my phone company.
Mm-hmm.
Walked in yesterday. I was like, hey, might be the right time. I'm up for this. I'm up for that. I can do this. And he's like, and I said, my family, I'm notorious for being, am I at the green dot or the red? I'm the dot that's not like everybody else.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. He's like, look, man, don't do it. Don't give in. The operating system on Apple is blank, 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 blank.
Oh,
blank,
my
blank.
God. The operating system people drive me crazy.
And I looked at him and I go, huh. All right. Because I think I was getting ready to actually make the switch. And he talked me out of it because he's a droid for he's like Samsung and Google. He said it's just
how old was this guy?
He's younger than me.
So here's the problem, right?
He's probably about your age. So his name was I don't want to give it up. He had a very young person's a trend, like a younger person's name,
like spelled with a Y where there shouldn't have been one.
Jalen?
No.
Ashton.
He had a cool no.
Grayson.
He had some.
Brintley.
These like kids in your class.
Yeah, they're kids
in my daughter's class. Yeah,
kids in Ellie's class. Is like, why is there why? That's not where a Y goes. What are we doing?
Yeah. Or it's like George, but it's spelled with like an X in there somewhere. I don't know.
George with a J. Like,
yeah.
What are you talking about?
What are we doing here?
Jim with a G.
So anyway,
here's the problem.
I had to put in a claim first.
Yeah.
Because I have it's not even a crack on the screen. You can't see it. He said it's underneath. He goes, I just don't want the factory to send it back. So I got an appointment this morning because I have the insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get another phone.
This is why context is important, right? Because
we're like sitting at the table in this place, like two grown-ups just talking about systems.
Yeah. So you might take offense to this, and I apologize in advance. Okay. The operating system, the only thing you need to be worried about personally is ease of use.
So why would I switch?
Because Apple is more intuitive and user-friendly. He's right about a lot of the things with Androids. Usually the technology is better. They usually update sooner. You usually get different features. The problem is you don't need all that.
I just gave him my phone.
You need the easiest thing to use.
He goes, hey, I'm going to switch you over to eSIM, SIM card. I'm going to do this.
Do any of those things mean anything to you at all?
I'm going to take off. I had no idea where he was even at. And I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, where's that? Oh, show me how to do that. He's just like, dude.
Yeah, so if he's customizing all this stuff and you have no idea what he's talking about, you should have an Apple. That's my point. right? This has been a thing forever. So my dad had a computer store when I was growing up, right?
So you're saying keep it simple.
It was, yes, the Apple is the simple product, right? For a man that tends to struggle a little bit with technology, Android probably not doing you any favors. So it's harder to use.
Zoe has a birdie.
Birdie?
In her class.
Oh, like a name?
Birdie.
Oh, I thought you meant like a cockatoo.
That's an old lady name.
Birdie?
Yeah,
that's an old lady name.
I didn't even know they allowed people under 90 to be named Birdie.
She's a little bitty pie.
Is it Birdie like a bird or like Bertie?
No.
Birdie.
Yeah. Like drums. Birdie.
Drums.
With a D.
Oh, okay. I was like, drums. I was like, what are we doing here?
I say Bert, B-E-R-T. That's also an old person name.
Yeah. Birdie.
Birdie. Yeah, she's a cutie.
Is that like her legal government? Birdie?
Yeah.
Damn. That's got to be named after somebody's grandma or something, right?
I don't know.
100%.
I'm just saying this has been the story like throughout all of time with technology.
I would not have guessed DJ is 66.
I knew he was retired, so
yeah, but can't you do that like 58?
Not if you work in radio your whole life.
Not these days.
Not anymore. You can't.
I'm just gonna drive people around at hotels. I'll work till I'm 88.
You could Uber me down to Taco Fest.
Well, apparently, according to Shane, all I do is drive people around anyway.
You do drive a lot, man. I don't know. Oof. I don't know.
That's fine. Thank you, A Train.
Nah,
I don't have. He's like, I don't want to learn.
Like,
even though my computer, I get it. Everything else is like
because everything else in your life is Apple. You would have an easier time with an Apple phone.
Yeah, but anyway, like it wasn't.
Also, the benefits of Android are lost on you. That's my point.
He said the systems, because of my Wi-Fi at home, are always constantly like rotating. So when you have like Wi-Fi calling turned on and stuff, it's like searching for whatever.
Bobby Fischer.
Sure. Stupid.
Sorry.
This Apple thing makes you. I know you.
No, it's not you even. It's that guy's reasoning does not apply to you at all. And it doesn't apply to most people. That's my point, is most people don't need their phone to be like, oh, this operating system and this and blah, blah, blah. And whatever.
I figured out how to voice text again. Do you know I went like a month without voice texting? That's why I'm so sketchy. No, it's not why, but.
No, it's because you don't like talking to people.
Like, it's a lot easier now. I can voice text.
That's true.
Again.
You do love a.
He switched me over to a different texting system. Google. It's Google now. Samsung's not doing the texting thing.
This is what I'm talking about, though. This is like it.
I saw there's a blurb on my messages that says Samsung is switching to MS, Google MS. So hopefully we won't have like 19 different text strands of the same 4 people.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right? Because sometimes that happens to me, right, Shane?
Yeah, you do have like 18 different threads for like that on its own is worth you no longer having an Android. So you just get all your messages in one spot. This is what I mean. Like he's like people.
Not KJ. No.
People used to do this with computers all the time. They'd like, hey, I like MS-DOS better than Windows because you can customize all this stuff. It's like, yeah, 98% of people out there not trying to program their shit. You know what I mean?
You probably need something you probably need something
principled.
Well, no, it's because okay, so I'm not trying to hate on people that work at phone stores.
You keep saying what you're not trying to do, and all I hear is you being that.
That's fine. All right.
You probably
not trying to offend you, Damon, but you're not smart enough to know what that means anyway.
Whatever phone it is that you get or use or whatever,
exactly.
you probably need something that is just set up the way it is and it won't change.
Yes, exactly, Shane. That's why Shane has an iPhone. He's not good with change, right? Like you gotta play to your strengths here, DB.
KJ, that's the only reason I was going to do it, is to be competitive. Because I just told I'm like, I can figure it out.
Because that's what I want for my technology. I want to have to endure through it.
Everybody else is on Apple.
So this is just a like you being weird thing at this point.
No, I'm trying to do what you say I should do. I'm keeping it simple.
He's just being technologically quirky.
I think we should take a break.
I'm out. I'm trying to defend Rico today.
Kobe says, DB, you have a MacBook in front of you. Just get an iPhone.
Kobe's not a nice person. I don't know about Rocky. Cody's yelling at me earlier.
He yells at everybody. It's kind of an equal opportunity situation. Kind of just have to ride with him when he's riding with you and then hop off when it's time to go.
Oh, shoot. So what's the difference if I have an Apple phone and I have my Mac? Like, what can I do? Like, just get my text through my computer?
I mean, you can sync them up, but I mean, the reason it matters to have a Mac is you're already familiar with how Apple operates. Like, it would be very similar.
I give you my computer once every 2 weeks to fix something.
That's a StreamYard situation because you haven't figured out that there's a tab on the right that says comments, and that's all you have to click to hit to find the comments again. I don't know how you get away from that tab, honestly. We've been doing this for 2.5 years. I've never been away from that tab. I don't know how it happens.
1, 10. Just not necessary.
No, the reason that bothers me about this, it's not even about you or the phones. It's that a lot of people that work at the either computer stores or phone stores,
Ken. Conviction
or whatever. Yeah, Ken, he already has an Apple product. See? Shit, my bad. Hold on, I got this. We're good. I got you.
Oh,
don't worry, I haven't used that paper towel for my burrito yet. We're cool.
Started out with sports, it was fine.
Kentucky Derby, good stuff.
We even talk about that.
Coming from last place. Look
Dude,
how quickly I cleaned that up.
That was pretty sweet.
That was the latest I think I have ever heard the winner's name mentioned in the race. He didn't even say.
And you know how they're like juxtaposing the names and stuff? It's like, where'd this dude
Yeah,
go?
he didn't even say Golden Tempo until it's like 3 seconds before the race was over. It's like, oh, here's Golden Tempo. Oh, unbelievable. We'll take a quick break. We don't have Sam today, so whatever. We'll just keep doing this. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
I want to talk about your relationship, I guess, with Price. You grew up, or didn't grow up, but you played AAU with him with D1 Minnesota. How much has he reached out to you throughout this process, and how much did he try and get you to Lincoln?
Yeah, right before I went on the visit to Lincoln, he just reached out and was, just, hey, hope things are going good. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And then he was kind of like with me throughout the whole visit, to be honest. My dad and I got in. He had dinner with us. And then, throughout the day, we saw him throughout the facility. He kind of showed us around his apartment. And then he was at dinner that night as well. And then he showed me around Lincoln a little bit, just kind of around campus. So he was definitely a big part of it. He was been awesome, helpful, answering questions. We asked him a lot about, what the team's like, dynamic, how things work. And he was awesome in helping with that. So, yeah, he definitely played a part for sure.
Anna Bellinghausen, Jacob Adilla here with you to talk some Nebraska volleyball. The spring season has wrapped up. Jacob, officially 3 games, 3 wins for the Huskers, and lots to digest before the fall hits. I want to start off with just that spring schedule and your initial impressions of those 3 wins.
Yeah, overall 11-1 in sets played, and the one set they dropped against Creighton didn't. They ran a 6-2, and Danny basically promised that we're not going to see that in the fall. So it was kind of a throwaway. She wasn't really worried about it. They got rolled in that set, but they played really well up to that point. So overall, I think just be happy. You have to be happy with how I think she was able to accomplish everything she wanted. Mm-hmm. We saw basically equal playing time. Everybody basically split the matches like 2 sets apiece in all the 4-set matches. We saw all different combinations. Everybody got chances to start for the most part. So I think she kind of got to look at every combination she could possibly experiment with, and got to see some of the new players playing with the vets. I don't know that we saw a full potential starting lineup.
Sure.
I think she continued to mix it up throughout I'm sure she gets to see that on the practice court on a daily basis. So.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We're presented by Next Gen Male Medical. This lovely cup right here that I knocked over like a ding dong here, but it's okay. We got it cleaned up.
I don't even know what's in it. I just took it as leftover from yesterday.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What do we got today?
Oh, it's what's those little ones that I buy? It has apple, strawberry.
Oh,
it's the cans
Waterloos?
No. God bless it. The cans are too small, which is why I have to put 4 in here. Izzy's.
Oh.
Which has tremendous apple, by the way. Like green apple.
I don't like apple flavorings.
You're on a 2-month. I don't like you anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That's fine.
The Apple Android thing didn't help.
My issue is I'm not an Apple loyalist. I'm saying for you specifically, it would be better.
Shane said just get what Zoe gets. I'm the only one she can't call on her iPad.
Yeah, see, that's why you couldn't find her in the grocery store. You couldn't get a hold of her.
She can't carry her iPad when she's with me. We talk enough. We're not doing the iPad thing.
Yeah. It's good. You don't want to have an iPad, kid.
And she's had 16 pair of headphones already.
Yeah.
She's 7. She doesn't need Bluetooth. So she can get in the car and I can hear, Dad, can I have some Wi-Fi? No, let's just talk. Leave that at home. I did learn she's a very good singer.
Yeah? There you go. Good for her.
Yeah. I'm going to have to ask her why she's listening to certain things in her mom's car. I was like, how do you know the words to that? And how do you know that song?
Or you getting hit with some of those songs where you're just you shouldn't be singing that.
Man.
Yeah.
It's the right. And I go, where'd you hear that? She goes, in the van on the way to school. I go, I'm going to have a talk with them daycare people.
She's like, Dad, man, Charlie on Thursday, warning shot. I was like, huh? You know what warning shot's about, Zoe? It's not like bang, bang. It's oh, let me ease the pain. Give me some of that whiskey.
It's not like you a big fine woman when you not like that. She's not doing.
Oh, I would. No.
She's out here singing "Baby Got Back" or what?
I'm already worried about the first boyfriend. Like, no.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
You don't say that out loud,
DB. Like that from you. That's like not even like a pretend threat.
Everybody in our house is well aware.
Like Jelly Roll, what's going on?
No, but like Morgan Wallen.
Never mind.
She didn't get that from me originally.
No, I was going to ask a different question.
No, she knows every word to Adele. Easy on me.
Oh, that's okay. That's not terrible. Kobe said she was singing Rod Wave.
She does know 25. She got that from me. I can't blame that on anybody else. She does know 25.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
It's a great song.
Can I ask you a question? About football? About football. It's about football.
When you do these,
no, it's
I
about
know
football.
it's gonna get uncomfortable.
It's a sports question.
Okay, go ahead.
He
said, "Can I ask you a question?"
I didn't look this up, so I need your help because your recall is better than mine. It is. It for sure is. So I was thinking about. You remember the
Aaron goes, "I have an extra propane tank unused if you need one." It's not funny, AA Ron.
Apparently, so does that guy you sold the Traeger to, or Blackstone.
That believe me, that was on the table too.
The Traeger?
Yes.
Did you get rid of everything?
I was like, let's just slow down.
Donna Summer here, Simadonna. You didn't.
She's like, hey, the guy's name was Mike. She's like, Mike, would you like a Traeger too? He's like, no, I got a smoker. I was like, we're not doing this. The first part I could kind of laugh off.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, what's she think you're gonna cook everything on?
Oh,
you just out there in like one of those survival videos, you like get a rock and you're just like starting to
cross that bridge when we come to it.
Out there with a hot plate.
I follow that guy on TikTok that's camping.
Oh yeah, and he like makes it on the slate or
his
whatever.
Knives are sweet.
No, he's got good knives. Got good knives, yeah.
And I'm like, you're not living out here. How are you sharpening? Oh, he might have a whetstone or something, but
yeah, probably.
Yeah, he gets it in. Those cutting boards.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Yeah. Anywho.
For a second, I'm like, hey, camping doesn't seem terrible.
How do you see that guy? Did I send you something?
Maybe.
How did he get in your algorithm?
You might have gotten in my algorithm a little bit.
Yeah.
But the
outdoors and cooking, that is not Ravi algorithm.
No, it's not. It is for sure not. Although sometimes, like if you're on like Facebook or Instagram instead of TikTok, like the algorithms aren't as good on the meta side of things. So they show you like some random stuff. And I was like, what if this isn't for me? I'm
not near as good on or familiar with IG.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. They're fine. But like the algorithm's not as like dialed. You know what I mean?
Can you replay I follow like how do you replay can you replay a story or do they have a statute of limitations?
It's 24 hours.
That's it?
Yeah. So you can replay it during that 24 hours. You can go back, watch however many times you want to, but once the 24 hours is over, it's over.
All right. He was holding a teammate. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Who? Mine on Dion.
Oh,
I know you don't want to talk about Dion.
No, it's okay. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
No. What's your football question?
So do you remember when? You remember when Peyton Manning? Yeah, he's not a crockpot guy, Jay Sadi.
He knows. He definitely knows. I ain't rocking.
You remember when Peyton Manning got hurt with the Colts?
Yeah.
And I don't know why I said Colts. Colts. There we go.
Like the people that sometimes follow weird leaders.
No, I'm talking about the horses. Colts.
Okay.
Not Colts. My bad.
Couple zigzags.
Colt 45. You remember when Peyton Manning got hurt? It was kind of late in the process. They didn't really have time to adjust their roster. Am I remembering this correctly? When he had the neck issue initially, and he missed that whole season with the Colts.
Yeah.
And old boy, I think it was Jim.
The who?
Colts. And then old boy Jim Sorgi had to start at quarterback. And he's like, I was Peyton's backup. I never expected to have to play. What's happening here? You remember? So those Indianapolis teams were pretty good defensively when that team was good.
Yeah.
right?
That was Freeney and Sanders.
Especially when Bob Sanders was healthy. He made a big difference on that defense. Do you remember what happened to that defense the instant Peyton Manning was no longer the quarterback?
Yeah, they deteriorated.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the worst defenses in the league immediately, right?
Oh, yeah.
So here's my question for you.
Oh, God, I hate this. You're setting me up for something.
I would never do that to you, except for multiple times a week that I do that to you. If you're a football fan, right? Is it unreasonable to think, hey, if a quarterback gets hurt, that can negatively affect my defense?
Yeah.
Right? We see that happens. That's why I brought up the Peyton Manning example. That's probably the most dramatic example of that happening, right?
Yeah.
That defense was set up to defend a certain way because Peyton Manning was their quarterback.
Correct.
Right? And they were very successful doing it when Peyton Manning was their quarterback.
Correct.
When Peyton Manning was no longer their quarterback, they became very bad at football immediately.
Correct.
Are there any variables here in Nebraska football last season between when Nebraska appeared to be good at defense and when they appeared to no longer be good at defense?
That's pretty layered. It's a little nuanced.
Fair.
So Nebraska was showing some signs,
absolutely,
of giving up explosives.
Absolutely.
Pre-injury. It got to be a little more consistent post-injury if you're talking about Dylan.
I am.
Okay.
I agree 100% that there were signs of cracking all year long. Fair?
Yes.
Those cracks became foundational issues the second your starting quarterback was hurt. When the quarterback play,
well, they're definitely magnified.
Right. I'm not saying, I don't know if they would have beat Penn State. I don't know if they would have beat Iowa. I don't know.
They're magnified.
If they would have beat Utah. What I do know is when your starting quarterback gets hurt, immediately your defense can become worse.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, but it can become dramatically worse in an instant when your starting quarterback gets hurt. Fair?
Yeah.
Is there a reason we decide just to ignore that part of the equation when we talk about Nebraska football last year?
So I think a little bit, yeah. Because I think you had some games in which, and we would do these sometimes before we got flagged, where I would tell you Nebraska's pretty vulnerable to a couple of type of run schemes.
Absolutely. We saw it against Michigan.
Right? Yeah. So Michigan looked a lot like the run play from Minnesota. Like, I think we had Foreman on a couple times, and he and I really took some deep dives into the type of runs that they were. And I was like, Michael Rose-Ivy was really, really good talking through this on the radio, where we would talk box versus spilling, right? Are we going to box this? Are we going to spill this? Are we going to box this for our insides? Are we like, who are we spilling this to? So they had some integrity. They had some integrity issues with how they wanted to fit in the run game all year long. Now, I do think it's magnified when you don't have the ability to counterpunch and score, or at least possess the ball longer, because you had a quarterback that got hurt that was getting ready to set and he may have set
a completion percentage record.
Completion percentage record.
I believe he did.
So you lost the ability to play catch.
Right. And for whatever issues that we had with Dylan Raiola, and there were some legitimate ones, that was part of the equation of why the team was 6-2 last year, and then was 1-4 on the way out. Right? Like, that's a pretty big part of the equation, I would say. And I get really frustrated when we just kind of ignore that when we talk about 7-6 last year. We ignore the fact that the starting quarterback didn't play for a third of the season. We just don't talk about it. Number two, when we do talk about it, it's like, well, he has nothing to do with the defense. That's not true.
Yeah, I don't know who would say that, but
a lot of people on the internet say this.
Okay.
Like, that's where I'm getting this from. And it's I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy in overvaluing what a quarterback who plays the way Dylan did last year can mean to a defense, because I think that's a pretty dramatic variable and a pretty obvious one in terms of, hey, they had some cracks, they had some issues, but there's a reason they lost 30-27 to Michigan and 44-16 to Penn State, or whatever the number was, right?
Well, pressure intensifies, right? Like, you're going to have to.
Yeah. Like, you put pressure on something with cracks in it, and it breaks.
You all of a sudden know that you scoring 20 is a for sure L.
Yes. Whereas before, you're like,
if
hey,
you give up 20, I should say.
If we get to like 2024, we still got a shot here. And then that's no longer the case. Like that is a huge part of the equation that I think we just ignore.
I think
about last year.
it's part of it, but I do think like fundamentally, and I don't know. I guess I'm a little. I would have probably used a different example because I think there were things that Nebraska never got right defensively.
Okay,
and I don't think it mattered who the quarterback was. I didn't like a couple of the concepts that seemed to be kind of on the fly or lack consistency about, whether you're going to use box. Like it was disjointed.
This is in no way to defend the defense.
Yeah, it's just disjointed.
This is just to bring up the point that an injury on one side of the ball can affect the other side of the ball.
Yeah, and I think that goes without. For me, I hope nobody was debating that point, but unless they were kind of looking at it like I was just describing, where some of the fundamental deficiencies were already there. But I think a lot of times defenses are built on
because of what you think your offense is,
or vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
That's how that's how Iowa builds itself, right? They think their defense and special teams is going to be a certain thing.
Yeah.
So their offense is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. We've compliment them for that for the last 2 decades.
Yeah. Minnesota, very similar.
Minnesota's a great example. Wisconsin, when they were good, was very similar to that, right?
Even Illinois to some degree, because they were a high.
Illinois is a good example
because they were a high. They have a lot of havoc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were high turnover causing defense for a couple of years there.
Like you could move it on them a little bit, but
they're going to get some stuff back,
which is kind of how it mirrored how they wanted to play offense too. So some teams, teams that infamously have not been very we've heard this about SC.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%.
You got to give your defense a break.
Got to give them a shot.
This, that, and the other. You're not good enough defensively to be playing like this on all. Like we've kind of heard that. We heard. Coach Ross was pretty big into wanting to dial it down a little bit,
like tempo wise
on offense. Yeah. Even though he kind of wanted to play faster because he didn't like the way that they were responding on defense. So I think you see it quite a bit.
Yeah, I get a little frustrated when the royal we starts to cherry pick things to fit our arguments, right? Rather than being.
I missed this whole conversation.
Well, there was a lot of them. There was a lot of conversations. Which, by the way, I'd like to give a formal "you're welcome" to the rest of the media in the state for providing content for them for the last 3 weeks.
Why would you?
Off of the Rule interview. Just doing our best to help out the sports media in the state here. Because a lot of people have made a lot. And listen, it was a good interview. I understand why you would want to talk about it. So, there's been a lot of conversations about it.
I'd love to see Sasha's facial expression right now.
There's been a lot of conversations about it, whether it's the Dylan not getting hurt wouldn't have mattered, whether it's there was one comment. Rico, do you have the toughness, the recruit toughness comment? Because there was one comment, and this has been, I think this was one of Jason Peters' things when he was talking about where, and I think I think people missed the point on this, but I might be interpreting this because I'm leaning a certain way on it. But can you play that clip real quick, Rico?
I think I never want to diminish talent, right?
Sure.
At the end of the day, you have to be big, you have to be fat, you have to move, you have to run well enough for your position, you have to be quick enough for your position. But once that you have that requisite amount, right, then I think both physical toughness and mental toughness are the differentiator, and a word that I believe in is grit. It was a great book written by Angela Duckworth, and it's one thing to be tough and undergo some physical pain or undergo some adversity one time. It's like who has the grit, the mental and physical toughness to be passionate and persevere no matter what over a long amount of time. I think that's the biggest thing in today's society. I'm not complaining. It's just everything's so much more instantaneous. And so I think teaching mental and physical toughness, that's over time. We don't always all get what we want exactly when we want it. And most of us, when that happens, we just complain. We just feel sorry for ourselves or we blame someone else. And I'm looking for guys that can be physically tough, that will play hard, that look inward, not outward when things are not going well. And they will persevere through passion over a long amount of time. And so, that's the type of team we want to be.
So there's that one. And then he has one where he also says, people talk about coaching toughness. Well, I'm telling you also better recruit toughness, right? But in that clip, he talks about teaching people to be physically and mentally tough, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I think a lot of what he said about toughness was taken out of context in the sense of, because a lot of people just focus on hey, you better recruit toughness as if coaching it wasn't an option. Clearly, that's not what he was saying because he just talked about coaching it and teaching it, right? And so it became this whole thing of he doesn't know how to coach toughness. Well, back in the day, we ran these gassers and we did all this, and that's how we coach toughness. He literally just said it takes time to get people to a physical and emotional tough and mental, or I can't remember if he said mental or emotional or both. Mm-hmm. It takes time to get them to the toughness level. So I'm also looking for guys that come with that. How many times have we heard people say, and maybe I'm wrong here, but so tell me if I am. How many times have we heard people say, you got to recruit kids with the right temperament? That's part of the reason we hammer the in-state kids thing, right? They get it. Mm-hmm. They get how tough you have to be here. That's why we love the 500-mile radius, right? Kids from the Midwest are built different, right? We don't like those Florida kids. They're soft. Get them out of here. How many times did we hear that one, right? They go right back to Miami as soon as they've been here for a winter, right? They don't have the temperament to be here. So we talk about recruiting toughness a lot. But when he just actually said it out loud and then people take it out of context and miss the part where he's talking about literally coaching people to be tough, both mentally, physically, and emotionally, then we have this whole other conversation of, Coach Rule can't coach toughness, right? I don't understand how you can listen to what he said and think that he doesn't think you can coach toughness. And I also don't understand how those can be the same people who've been complaining for years about how we don't recruit tough enough kids or kids with the right temperament.
Mm-hmm. Is
temperament and toughness any different when you're talking about a kid? There's more to temperament, I think. But if you're DB and you listen, you don't have to give any names. I don't want you to, but you have kids that want to come to Westside all the time, right?
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
not a secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have kids that come to you and the school and the administrators and the coaching staff, and they're like, hey, we want to play Westside football. That happens a lot, correct?
Yeah.
A lot of them are either not turned away or say, hey,
but I will say this, though. A lot of times it's not about toughness. It's more about temperament.
Well, sure. But I consider temperament a larger thing. Toughness is part of that temperament,
Mm-hmm.
right? You guys want a certain type of temperament on your football team, correct?
Correct.
Do you believe that you can both acquire a kid with that type of temperament and foster that temperament once they're there?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not one or the other. It's usually both. Because why do you not take kids that you don't think have that certain temperament?
It just is not going. It's not going to fit.
You're probably not going to be able to get it out. You're probably
yeah.
not going to coach them into a temperament they don't start with, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't understand whether it's, and listen, I get Jason Peter could kick my ass and whatever, and it is what it is. But I don't understand why we're harping on something that is everyone agrees or has agreed until Rule said it out loud that you need kids with a certain temperament. We make fun of schools that recruit kids that don't have that temperament.
Yeah.
So when he says out loud, hey, we need to, you also need to recruit toughness, which he was talking about in addition to, because we literally just heard him talk about teaching toughness, but you also need to recruit kids with toughness. Why is that all of a sudden a headline?
I feel like I'm having this conversation without kind of knowing the catalyst, right?
Okay.
But if I just take it for what I'm listening to, I think, because I didn't hear his comments about what he said, but I think temperament and you can have toughness and not be able to handle like the rigor.
Okay.
Right.
Fair.
You can also be able to repeat something and not have a certain amount of enough physical toughness.
Also fair.
So I don't like to, I get the umbrella thing, but
so Jason used the term toughness. I'm also including temperament in there. So that to make that distinction.
So I like to make the distinction.
Totally
fair. Just so I know what I'm talking about.
Totally fair.
People have a really hard time comprehending. So I think you have to be clear, Because what's currently this is just a microcosm of everything else that's going on. You can hear something, and depending on how you feel about the topic, it's how you receive the situation. So it doesn't make it any more or less true.
Sure.
It's just something that you agree with. So, like, I don't know. I think the one thing that I think is what I hear JP saying is he likes he wants a standard.
Sure.
So there are a lot of things that I think JP says or is saying that I don't know how like practical it would be, because you have to care. We do care about wins and losses. Yes. And I don't think we just want it to look a certain way. Right. So I don't know how like practical like that is. That's not something that I think I'd be like, oh, you know what? I would get behind that. But what I do think is when you're talking about wanting to just play a certain way, I don't have any problems. Like we'll talk to him. Like I'll ask him.
Yeah.
We have like, I mean,
my issue isn't to play a certain way.
I'll ask him whatever. Like I have no, it's not, and he's not going to tell us no. I ask him whatever you want to parse through. Because I don't think, I don't have to tread lightly around anything, Game Dog. Like I don't. I say exactly what I mean. If you want me to condemn a guy for having an opinion, I don't. I'm also not going to validate him for having an opinion either. So, like, I don't know what the point is, except we like drama. Like we like drama. I'm not about the drama. I'm in the solutions business, and guys that have opinions that aren't coaching are just providing opinions. It's the same as me. It's the same as you. It's the same as Grant. It's the same as Jason. They're just, unless you're actually able to impact the outcome by having those guys on the day-to-day, I mean, they're just opinions.
I think the thing that I struggle with, and this is the point the reason I bring it up, the reason that I struggle with it is I think, I don't know if people think that when we're saying, hey, there is progress, and we kind of talked about this a little bit last week.
Did you read your text message?
No.
Okay. I'm one of those people. She's a trip.
Jess is great. We need to talk to her again soon. It's been a couple weeks.
Get hammered some more.
Need to get her in here on iPhone Gate. Yeah. No, the reason that I have an issue with some of this is,
see, this is what I like. I can't. The lowest common denominator thing. I have to be very leery of. This is a prime. Like this chat is a prime example of hearing what you want to hear.
Sure.
And that's easy. Like you can go back and replay it. You can look at it again. But like, to try to push the envelope for drama is like, this is lowbrow stuff. This is super lowbrow.
The issue that I have kind of with the whole situation is there seems to be an inability to be willing to say or willing to see that while current records and standards are not good enough yet, it is still dramatic progress from where they have been. And I don't know why that's so difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm like,
that's the part I'm struggling with personally, if I'm being honest.
Well, I'll say, it's like at the bowl practice. What I said, I was like, it wasn't quite loud enough.
Yeah.
Right. I said this on the show. It wasn't loud enough. Where I'm thinking, when I talk about loud, I'm not talking about music. I'm not talking about chatter. I'm talking about like when you walk into an environment, you can hear. There's just things
yeah.
And so coach may say, hey, what'd you think? Or this could be back at the indoor facility and I'm at a practice, or somebody say, hey, what'd you think? And I said this to I said this to Coach Roy. I'm like, it's just not loud enough. You know what I mean? Like, you get the explanation of what it is. Then I factor that in, and then I go back and I continually try to watch to see what it is that I think they're actually trying to attain.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, I'm not really commenting on it because the data, it's not going to change overnight.
Yeah.
Right. But I can look and see and decide if I feel like they're moving in the right direction or not. Like it started with how you had to play up front.
Sure.
Right. When I come back and I say, hey, listen, you got to get control of your position groups. You have to get control of your meeting rooms. You like it starts there. I talked about
negotiables.
You need non-negotiables to start with. Those are things that I'm trying to give practical solutions to the same things that other people are talking about, but there's just practicality in it.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying, oh, we did it like this, so you should do it like that. Because nobody really wants to hear that.
No, but what are things that are portable?
So what do I think is actually portable that will help you attain what it is that you're trying to attain if you want to play a certain way?
Yeah.
Right? It starts in those position rooms. It starts with those non-negotiables. And when you hold people to those non-negotiables, and that's the focus every day, you'll start to see the parts that people talk about that they played with or we played with or played against or whatever the error. Like it'll start to manifest itself because it's definitely doable.
So here's the question that I have that I genuinely don't know the answer to, right? Is when you're in a position of you're taking over a situation that's pretty bleak, right? Obviously there is you've got non-negotiables and there's a standard you want to get to. You've coached a lot more than I have and way more football because mine is zero amount of football. But as you're going along trying to achieve that standard, does it look different along the way without the standard actually being changed? Does that make sense?
Does it look different?
Like year one, the standard's the same. There's non-negotiables. But is there like progress steps to that standard that you can say, hey, this is a quality step here. There's still more to go. And that's not compromising the standard.
You want a perfect example?
Sure. Yeah, I would love one.
We were playing cards, right? A couple of very successful coaches on the same staff.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation about hunters and gatherers.
Yes.
Right? Do you remember them talking about the evolution of wanting more hunters than gatherers, but playing within the confines of what it was that they were dealing with?
What you have.
Right?
Yeah.
Highly successful.
Yes.
But it's not like they didn't want it to look a certain way. It's just you have, in the meantime, you have to operate with where you're at.
Yes.
And remember when I got there, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But it turned out to be pretty effective. Right? It's different than what I was used to, but I had to understand where we were. I said, I went X amount of time. I'd never seen a fight.
Yeah.
Like so my history says, oh man, you have to do this, this, and this in order to achieve this. Cause that was my experience.
Yeah.
But the longer I was around, I was like, you just more than a couple different ways to get at it.
Yeah.
So you can learn and see it.
And in no way did you feel like they were compromising their standard?
Nope. I didn't. Nope. Like especially real time. And even now,
even though you didn't agree with kind of how it looked.
No, agree isn't what I'm after. It didn't look like what I was used to.
What you thought it. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
It didn't. It looked vastly different than what I had come from.
Yeah.
Because philosophically, they couldn't be more polar opposites. Yet that's the same team that beat us once in the regular season and took us down to the wire in the state championship.
Right.
So there's definitely multiple ways and it was still a tough team.
Right.
Right. Just different on how we got there.
So I think that's the part that's the most interesting to me is being able to measure progress, to have progress, to understand.
Well, Nebraska's not disillusioned about where they are.
So I don't think Nebraska is. I think that's the disconnect that we're seeing between the fan base and the program. That's what I'm trying to bridge.
Oh, you think Nebraska's got their head? You think people think Nebraska has their head in the like?
Yes.
Walk me through it.
I think Nebraska Well, two things. A, I think Nebraska fans, some Nebraska fans, I don't want to paint everybody with a broad brush here. I think some Nebraska fans think the coaching staff has their head in the sand about what's actually going on here. And secondly, I think there are some Nebraska fans, and there probably is some overlap here, that do not realize the situation, the bleakness of the situation Nebraska was in.
So the second part, even I don't care about that.
The reason I bring it up,
I really don't.
I know, but the reason I bring it up is if you're starting at a certain point, that's kind of what we were just talking about, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing.
So where am I missing it?
Because I'm like this in my real life. You know, have made some egregious mistakes, right? Like where you look at it and you're like, that was a really dumb decision. You know better, like whatever. So I'm my personality is I can't go back and get it. It's got to move me to do Y or Z. So I don't typically harp on where I was. I'm trying to figure out about where I'm going. So I just said this a couple weeks ago. When I receive information, sometimes it's not just to receive the information. It's how transformative can it be? You understand what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people just talk, like people just give you information and they feel like, all right, real communication was had. And it's kind of like this Western mindset, like culture standpoint, where it's like, bottom line it, I got the information, what's next? When you're teaching or you're coaching or you're in something where it's very fluid, you have to look more at transformation, not is just the information received or not. Like, am I doing something with it? When you talk about fans versus sports, we just like to disseminate information. We give data. Well, he hasn't won this, or they haven't beat that guy, or they're 451 yards rushing a game, or like that's just data. When you're in it, it's like, you know, I said something a couple weeks ago about Nebraska's rushing total during a season. And you look at the season totals and you're like, oh, they rush for X amount of yards. Being a part of that, I'm like, that's kind of a struggle.
Sure.
Right? Like,
yeah.
That was a struggle.
Yeah.
That was 5.4 carry. That was very workmanlike.
Yeah,
we had
grimy.
It was just grimy.
Yeah.
But you look at the total output and you're like, oh, that's good. We needed to be, we had information, but how is it impacting us? That's the difference between just looking at data and trying to be transformed by it. Because anybody, like, it's why we don't do box scores in the paper. Like, anybody can do that now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what does it mean? That's why analytics started, right? Getting inside the numbers. Then it's, all right, well, this game is being ruined by analytics because we're letting the data drive our decisions. Well, they're looking for the next part of the transformation. Okay, what's next? So you see the evolution of it. So when people talk, it's super polarizing because they'll hear JP or Grant or Foreman or myself, or they'll say something and they'll be like, well, it's just this. And it's not, it doesn't always have to be like that. It's like, because you always want to say, okay, how applicable is what they're saying really to the desired outcome?
Yeah.
How much of this is useful
to what we're doing right now?
To the goals that we're trying to accomplish? That's for everybody.
Yeah.
But that's not how we receive information. We just decide whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
So I'm not the guy for that when it comes to these back and forth, because they're just opinions unless it's useful or practical on how I can achieve the desired outcome. So it doesn't move my needle, right?
So I think here's where I struggle with this sometimes is I think when people receive information from certain individuals, people that played, people that coached, whoever, it's people that they give authority to, right?
Yeah. You want a prime example?
Sure.
Captain, I'm gonna use you as an example because I think people don't understand. We talk a lot more than you wouldn't think. Captain would be a guy that I converse with a ton, right? We comes across as maybe polar opposites. So yesterday he's asking me about Parrish.
Okay.
I'm gonna Captain, I'm just going to do this because I want people to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I said, let me go back. See, I flipped over to Google, so it's a little tough for me.
You'd have found it faster if you switched to an iPhone.
Hey, okay, here we go. Hey, so he sends me a clip of Parrish's recruitment. The schools. Now, keep in mind, I've seen Parrish since he was in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
So I'm not swayed by Tennessee or Penn State or Nebraska or anybody that's recruiting him. I'm not. I see him every day. I've seen him in wrestling. I've seen him in football. So I can retweet the offers. I can pat him on the back. I can see him in the parking lot. Like I know what I'm looking at. I again see him every day.
Yeah.
I think I get a picture of what the projection is. So it doesn't matter what the perception is of the fan base.
Because you already think you know what he is.
Yeah. Almost better than
almost anyone, probably.
Nobody knows Parrish's capabilities than the people at Westside.
Sure.
No one.
That makes sense.
No one.
Yeah.
Because we don't just watch game tape.
You see him in practice. You see him in wrestling. You see him in the halls. You see him work out.
I know his personality.
Yeah.
Right. We know his personality. So we're having this conversation. And it was, hey, got a lot of work. I said, hey, he's got a lot of work to do. Ways to go, but the measurables are there. Okay, he said, well, why is Nebraska a team that's recruiting him? Big, strong kid. But like you said, he has a ways to go. I'm like, hey, Nebraska's recruiting him. He goes, they are? That's kick ass. I said, hey, Coach Wade, he's got a personal workout coming. Right? Just mono. He said, hey, I hope he gets there. I'd love to hear that. Do you think that they're going to offer him some time to play at UNL? I said, they're going to offer him. Right? If you read the chat this morning, would you have guessed that information was received the way that I intended it?
No.
That's why you can't, and it's no disrespect to anybody other than people are going to process the information the way that they want it to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the thing that I struggle with with some of a disconnect here.
Game Dog, that's my point. Like, I don't know if I'm right or they're right or whatever. I'm telling you, that doesn't bother me. Right? Like he said, you've seen him every day, but coaches from Pacific Ocean to Pennsylvania Mountains to the SEC, the Big 12 have already offered. That's okay. Like, how should that move my needle?
Yeah, no, I mean,
what's the desired outcome?
I don't know.
I'm genuinely curious because that'll be something that people will repeat over and over and over
again. All
these
these other schools offered first,
and they'll want me to feel a certain way about it.
Why didn't Nebraska offer? Why did it take them so long?
It doesn't. Again, it doesn't really matter until it matters. We're busy in the moment. Like if I thought or Parrish thought or his parents thought or his offensive line, Coach Williams or Coach Lamont, you guys that actually see him every day thought it was an issue. Like what people don't really want, and this isn't a Parrish thing. We got into this with Pittman. We talked about it with all these recruits around the country. What happens is said school does something or they think something, so then everybody else does too. Sometimes you just have to, sometimes you just have to sit in the discomfort.
Sure.
Sometimes you just have to sit in the discomfort and see, okay, there's this opinion, there's this opinion. Where am I with this? And it's okay. Like, I don't need an immediate answer, right? Because if I know how Nebraska feels about a recruit and I know what their questions are or what their affirmation is or whatever, it doesn't, like I can still pit it against what I actually think.
Yeah.
And I think that's how people should do. Just because people tell you something or they say something, like sit in it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. We regurgitate stuff that we think people said or did that we ain't even really process or hear. But when we're not moved as quickly or as fast as we want other people to process the information, it's like, well, what's wrong with us? I don't know. Like sometimes I think you just have to sit in it.
Is there? I'm trying to.
Listen, I can hear what Jason says. I can hear what Grant says. I can hear what Jay Foreman says. I can hear what like I just had this conversation. Like I can hear what people say, and it's like, all right, let me sit in this for a second. It doesn't have to be immediate like or dislike. It's like I can take it for what it is. You know what I mean?
So there's a couple things there. Going back to those guys that you talked about, the former players. I think part of my concern with that is you talked about practicality of opinions, right? Of what people say. I think people give authority to people of a certain status, either because they played or coached or whatever, and they assume because it's coming from them that it's practical. And so that's one concern for me is we don't discern sometimes just because it came from a certain source, whether or not that's practical information or not.
Yeah. So again, I'll just use myself because sometimes it goes the other way.
Sure.
Right. Like, I have yet to say, like, I haven't said like this is a 10-win team. I didn't say this was a 9-win team. Like there's been no lofty expectations.
That's been me.
from day one. From day one. Yet the critics will say, oh, it's always this about in you, or even though I'll tell you clearly like where I think they need to get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or where I think they're actually good. Like just data.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be right, maybe I'll be wrong. But it's just data. It's just things that I know. So it's crazy. It's like, how you feel about me, whether you like me or not, totally matters on the information, how you receive the information, no matter what my track record of accuracy is.
Right.
So if I'm coaching a team, or if I'm Coach Ravel or I'm Coach Bolt, or like, and you're actually in it, you can't be moved by that all the time. Problem is we're letting ourselves be moved by that. Coach, like, he knows he's got to win. He knows he's been voided in some areas. Like you can't fight every one of those. You can't fight every one of those little, they like me, they don't like me. They like me, they don't like me battles. You're just going to be miserable.
Can I go back to the recruit thing for just a second?
Yeah.
Because I find the process kind of interesting, right? Because I feel like it's different than it used to be in terms of the way people offer and when people offer and things like that. But I'm also curious, because I think it seems like, based on how we've seen some of these go here locally, it seems like the staff has sort of a process they like to go through.
Shane, play the music.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if, I assume other schools do as well. They have a process they like to go through. In your mind, does it, or from your knowledge, I guess, maybe both, does it differ when it's, hey, this guy's local? Do we have a different process than a guy that we have to go, we're going to see less of because they're further away?
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
It's definitely different.
Because I think that matters when we're having a conversation about a guy like Parrish too, right? Where it's like, hey, these guys that they're further away, so they don't have.
It's different.
Okay. Because I do find that part of it interesting as well.
Just had this conversation with Missouri. It's definitely different.
Yeah. And I think that's something we don't always think about either. Yeah. Take a quick break. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
What is one thing that the fans can be enamored with your style of play? What's the thing you hope that just jumps off the page?
I'd say a little bit of a sneaky athleticism. Kind of people underestimate that about my game, but if people close out hard and I get a lane, I'll go up and dunk it from time to time.
More than just playing in the system and linking. I mean, obviously you probably paid attention to the run Nebraska had and the fans that were in Oklahoma City and the, sold out arenas and all of that. Is that another maybe draw for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking to Coach Hoiberg, he said that was probably the loudest game that he's ever coached or been a part of. And I saw on social media, Coach Byington said the same thing. So just being in that type of environment is going to be awesome.
The system that Coach Hoiberg likes to play is not really a true point guard, if you will, and you're a bigger guard.
Right.
It's 6'5", and really, did they say, hey, we can use you a number of different ways? It feels like, you can play multiple positions, if you will, but I'm guessing you'd be a primary ball handler in the system.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, we watched a little film throughout this recruiting process, and I've watched Nebraska. I love watching hoops, so definitely watched them, especially this last year. I have played point guard like my whole life. I feel comfortable doing that, but I think ultimately I'm a basketball player. I feel comfortable. I think my first year playing at UVU, at one game I had to go and play the 4, and I was guarding some dude way taller than me, and I feel comfortable doing everything that I think anyone can ask me to do. But also I think there is in this system too, you said, maybe not a true point guard. I think a true point guard that can just help everyone do what they need to do would be a huge benefit. But also that, I don't think that limits me. I don't think that limits the guys that are on the court. So ultimately at the end of the day, I think we trust this great head coach and this great coaching staff and the great players that are already here to make it work. I'm just trying to find my way in and to help the team.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, reminding you to give our friends over at Next Gen a call, 402-614-9700. No matter what you need, no matter what you're looking for, if you're not feeling quite up to snuff, maybe maybe you got a little hand issue from some adult baseball league. Maybe you're
Suck a thing.
Maybe you're Rico. You're trying to play some sand volleyball, trying to get that figured out, and maybe not recovering the way you used to. Maybe not cutting in the sand the way you used to. Running in the sand is hard, by the way. That sucks.
It's good for you, though.
It is. It's hard, though. Whatever you need, whatever you're trying to lose a little weight before the summer, getting that little, swimsuit season, they got you covered. 402-614-9700. It's Next Gen Male Medical.
I was looking at the hill over in my mom's neighborhood. They haven't cut that grass. It used to be the hill my dad used to make me run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see any parts of that. You got to cut that thing.
That thing wet.
Back in the day, I just would have got after it. Now I'm like, it may have bugs in the tall grass. I don't want my ankles to get bit.
To this day,
she do get on the horses.
Yeah, so she had the winner, but she's a little bummed because she said it was only for $2.
Oh no!
She said it's not going to pay anything. I was like, how do you know this stuff?
Are you kidding me?
We should have just called her. It takes her so long to answer the phone sometimes. I don't really want to bother her. I don't think she's very happy with me.
What'd you do?
So I saw. You guys tell me how you feel about this. Let's get a State of the Union. So I saw some really old friends last week at Zoe's volleyball game.
Okay.
And it was the older brother of a guy I used to play with. Okay. So there were 3 brothers, Kevin, Corey, and Adam. Adam was my guy. We were the same age. And so I saw Kevin, who's the oldest. And he's probably 5 or 6 years older than me. And he's like, hey, how you doing? This, that, and the other. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, I saw Kevin at Zoe's volleyball game. He's doing good, looks great. He's the guy that I told you about the golf looking for the golf simulator for the old fullback.
Yep.
And she goes, well, hey, did you ask about Barb, like their mom? Because that was my mom's really good friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah, I didn't. Didn't really want to fit it in.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty honest. I didn't really want to fit in. She said, well, why not? And I said, I don't know. Like, I don't want to hear any bad news potentially. It's like, I don't know. And so she reenacted how the conversation should have went. And I'm like, why is that funny? Shane's laughing too. Like, why is that funny?
No, I just think it's funny that your mom's like, well, you should have done like this.
Yeah, apparently.
Like, that's kind of funny to me.
Like, that's again the information.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm like, Mom, what if it's like potentially bad news or something like that? It could be awkward. Yeah. I hate when people bring Dad up.
Yeah, sure.
And she kind of was like, oh, okay, well, you're breaking up. Hello? And so I just hung up because I thought she was mad.
Yeah.
And she called back and she goes, oh, we're disconnected. But then I was mad. Should you be asking about people's parents? Like, is it wrong to not ask if you think somebody may not give you a good answer?
I understand why you wouldn't. Because there are times where I've thought through, and I'll stop myself sometimes if I'm like, I'm not sure what the situation is here. Whether it's a elderly parent.
Like, I always have to gather myself when people ask me, and I'm not saying everybody's emotional like me, but sometimes I don't, like, if it's unnecessary potentially, I'm going to err on the side of caution.
Especially if it's not like organically brought up, in a conversation. Because there's times where I'll like back off of something if I'm not sure what the situation's like, whether, like I said, elderly parent, maybe a significant other that I don't know they're with or not with or whatever, or like if they had a sick kid or something and I'm a little afraid to ask if I haven't kept up on it well. Like, especially if they're, because I think this is a fair point by you. Especially if they're having like a pretty good day, but it's still something that's hard for them.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of throw them into a weird spot.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't want to, especially because usually, and maybe this is just me because I'm not a nice person, but usually I'm just asking like as
you don't really want to know
as a courtesy.
Yeah. I hate that.
And so it's like, if I'm only, like, unless I know the person I'm asking about well,
I hate that.
Like if I, let's say I know Shane's mom really well.
Yeah.
And I don't see Shane very often, but like me and his mom were close back in the day. I knew her. Then I would ask about.
Do you think it's awkward that I always ask him about his mom?
No.
I've never met his mom.
But you guys have known each other for so long that you almost feel like you know his mom.
Correct.
That's different.
Shane, do you think it's weird when I ask about your mom?
No.
Okay.
Like there's people I used to like either like would used to go to church with or grew up with or whatever that knew my mom really well.
I think she was genuinely mad.
I mean, maybe she might have been, but I get where you're coming from for sure.
Thank you.
Like it's
almost like she gave me like the like, well, I'd want to know. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I'm dead serious. It didn't sit well.
No, I get it. Like there's been times where I've been in.
Should I text her good morning?
Somebody has asked me about something.
How quick it takes her.
You know, where it's something that I didn't want to talk about. And it can mess your mood up for a little bit. You know, so I get it. I don't want to be that guy.
No.
Especially if I don't actually care. Like if I'm just doing it to be
I just don't want the potential of bad news.
I feel like I should ask about this person or whatever. If that's where I'm at, I'm just not going to ask.
Yeah.
If it's somebody I like, hey, I know this person really well.
Take that, Mom.
I mean,
she's probably like, boy,
I'm not gonna try.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's exactly what she'd be.
I'm not gonna try and line up against Mama Benning over there, but you know.
Yeah, so I don't know what she's doing with.
I do agree with you on that one though.
Thank you.
With her horse winnings.
Yeah. That's only $2 though. To make that stretch.
Although, with the odds on what was it, Golden Tempo was like that $2 gets you a little bit.
Does she carry it over to the next?
Well, that's the funny thing. So her pot bookie was actually my like he's been holding like her $90 from last year.
She's rolling it over. Never cashes out.
I'm like,
that's where you get it.
Well, it has to be worth it.
That's where you get it. You win all these bets against me, and you just keep rolling it over.
And somehow I'm only like, I think 60 is disappointing.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Cole Payton thing hurt you.
Oh, it's disappointing.
It'd be worse if I didn't feel the need to keep buying back in poker.
Were you? Yeah. I had you covered though.
No, it was good.
Yeah. Like, get your Cole Payton money back. I was like,
yes.
See, it felt like that's that's my math. I'm like, well, I'm not really losing anything because.
Hey, so here's the other thing. Were you surprised on Nussmeier? Is Nussmeier going to be a Brady? I don't like him. I know you.
I'm open to it. So I think it's really interesting.
I see all the Talon Green went before Nussmeier.
So that was my problem. Like
Talon.
Talon Green. Who was Kaliak Manis was the one where I was like, what are we doing?
I kind of like fat hamstrings. I think it's because I have fat hamstrings, but I agree with that take right there. I wouldn't say the A word, but
dude, Chucky Chuck's been on Talon Green for but the one that got me was like, we're taking Kaliak Manis before Nussmeier.
Did Talon Green not understand that Gruden was telling him that he was going to be a receiver?
Not going to be a quarterback? Like,
I was like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that interview very much.
I'm a quarterback. Like, I don't understand how some of the guys. I understand, like, absolutely. I thought the 1-1 pick or talk from this time last year was overdoing it. I understand why he fell out of the first couple days. Some of the dudes that got picked ahead of him blew my mind.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's a really good landing spot for him. I will take my chances with just about any quarterback with Andy Reid and see what happens, right? Especially if I think they have a certain talent level or processing ability. So I think that you've got that going for Garrett Nussmeier. And again, we talked about all film teams. For his junior year film is pretty good. It's not 1-1 good. Like, it's not first overall pick good the way people were talking about it, but it's pretty good for a guy you get in the 7th round.
100%.
And he played against a pretty high level of competition, obviously, in the SEC. So we're sitting here and I go, okay, really good value for Kansas City. Really good situation for Nussmeier on a guy that's probably, I would say definitely better than a 7th round pick. Mm-hmm. If Nussmeier had gone like the 4th round, would you have been stunned or thought it was overdone?
No.
Right? Like, that's about right. 4th round felt about right for what Nussmeier's season was. He was banged up. You get him healthy, you see what happens. I don't think he's Brady, but we might be talking about like Purdy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. It's just weird how far we thought he was the guy that was capturing a lot of late momentum.
And he didn't get
He didn't get any.
The only guy that had late momentum really was Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Like,
that came to fruition.
Yeah. That went,
although, where are we now with the McVay thing? Like, do we believe
on the
now?
Ty Simpson deal?
Yeah.
No, I don't buy it.
Oh, my God.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying secret meetings and secret interviews.
So everybody's just fibbing, huh?
I'm not buying it. Nah.
Okay.
Listen, I think I don't think everybody's fibbing. I think that those things probably happened. I think the secret interviews and all that stuff probably happened. And I still think there could have been a part of McVay that wanted a piece that helped this year.
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
Like, not saying anybody's making stuff up. And on some level, I'm sure McVay understands why that pick was made, right? You're looking down the barrel of a 38-year-old, I think, quarterback, somewhere in that neighborhood. In Matt Stafford, you probably have to start making some contingency plans sooner rather than later, especially, guys at that age start to get banged up a little bit more. I think he probably understands it on some level. Just the same way, on some level, I understand why, if you're the Golden State Warriors, you want to take some of those draft picks rather than trade them away the way I wanted them to, right? My issue becomes, A, the way they were used, and B, I still think you'd rather try and maximize the championship window now with a guy that can win a championship.
Yeah, but they can win a championship.
Absolutely, they still can.
And I even tried to explain it before I knew the story. Like I said, you got the extra pick with McDuffie.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Go ahead.
Do you feel like they'd have a better chance to win a championship if Ruben Bain was on their team this year?
Yeah, but I think you talk about it. So it's varying degrees.
Okay.
Like
Fair.
you talk about a pick you need or you don't need.
Sure.
Are you banking on the future? Is it more of a need to think 2 years from now or to situationally play a guy because you have an elite D line already?
That's totally fair.
I think
that's fair.
That's how you got to think about it.
That's a fair question.
Plus,
would you have got
full disclosure?
Yeah.
Why I'm happy because Ruben Bain will be an All-Pro with
incredible situation
with Todd Bowles.
Incredible situation for Ruben Bain.
And I honked for Ruben Bain, so I want to be right.
Maybe he's a bad example positionally. Let's say had they gone receiver at that spot, we feel like they need a receiver, right?
I don't feel like they do, but.
Is that the position you would have chosen and that would have helped them the most immediately this year?
No, because I think it's hard to step in and be an impactful receiver for the Rams with what they want to do with where Stafford is. I'm not sure that passing offense with the multiple tight ends, you're already trying to move off of Devontae Adams. You have Nakua, who, if you saw him a couple of days, he looked fantastic. Like if you like their receiving core, those guys are pretty advanced. They're building on what they've been doing the last couple of years. They're not installing
right.
rookie level stuff.
So let me ask.
So we don't ever talk about that.
No, that's a fair point.
We're just like, hey, get the rook ready. I don't think the Rams have time.
So let me ask you this. Is part of the reason you're more okay with the Ty Simpson pick is you didn't think there was anybody positionally they needed that at that spot?
Yeah, because I thought I thought they were going to get like a swing tackle.
Okay.
I never thought that they were going to get a wide receiver. I thought they may get Milner.
So even if you thought wide receiver was maybe the biggest need, that's probably not the biggest impact this year. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fair.
Kinda.
If that's how you feel about the roster and where they're at 13, then Ty Simpson makes a lot more sense.
And plus, as a Steelers guy who didn't want Ty Simpson, I was very specific on why. We're not good with quarterbacks.
Yeah, McVay is. Full stop.
I mean, McVay seems like he could polish a turd. So
if
you get a guy that's that talented, I don't know.
And
when Ty Simpson was turning down all that, what people in college and I only talked so in a very, very small, minute circle of two people connected with both schools, just happen to be privy to Miami's NIL situation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was telling people he was turning down the big NIL money in college because he thought he was going to be drafted high.
I mean, that makes sense. I also, to your point, through 7 games probably, had the best film of anybody in college last year.
Yeah. So I'm not you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, the other 7 weren't as good, but if you're just like, hey, we can sit this guy for 2 years, you'll probably bet on those 7 games, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you got McVay kind of leading that thing.
And
because there's a handful of guys like probably McVay, Shanahan, KOC, where you're like Andy Reid, probably still Andy Reid. I know some people are a little concerned about the age there, but there's a handful of guys where you're like, hey, if I've got that level of ability in him, that first 7 games of the season, if that's in there, that guy will figure it out in terms of a head coach.
Yeah. The thing about it is, I just go back to I get how the interview looked.
It looked rough.
It did.
Yeah, it looked rough.
I think a lot of that is McVay.
Yeah. Just him being awkward.
Yeah, because
he's a strange guy.
And I always wonder, like with him, I don't think he wanted to get involved in the behind the scenes stuff.
Like in the
I don't
process.
think I don't think that was his story to tell at that time. That's what I think. But maybe I just want to see it like that.
Do you think he likes being involved with the behind the scenes stuff, or he just wants to coach football? Do you think he likes being part of the process with Snead and those guys and deciding kind of what that looks like? Because I feel like some football coaches don't. They're like, hey, this is what I need. Give me my squad. I'll go figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you think McVay's sort of lean that way? Or do you think he likes being part of the bigger picture?
I think he trusts Snead. I think.
And Snead's great at his job.
They've been a fantastic tandem.
Yeah. It's like if you're.
I mean, the Rams front office has very few peers.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got the Eagles. They got very few peers when it comes to roster construction.
Eagles, Ravens.
I mean, Veach is a stud, so you put him with Andy Reid. They've drafted well outside of wide receivers.
I'll say they had a couple. They had one draft in particular a couple of years ago that kind of set them up.
The 2022,
I think.
Is that the Karlaftis draft?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's the? I always forget his name. The linebacker, 32.
You know
who I'm
Bolton.
talking? Bolton. Yeah. I think that's the same draft.
Yeah.
And they had several defensive starters on that draft.
Was it? Am I misremembering, or was it like a year or two ago where Chiefs fans were down on Bolton in coverage or something like that?
There was a narrative for sure. And I think that went away because he's really good at what he does. He's very good.
Oh boy.
No, I think it's interesting. So like if you put it in that context of, hey, I don't think there was anybody that they could have taken in that spot that immediately changes.
You're still my dude, Headley. Still my dude. Oh, you just have more competition now, though.
Who, Headley?
Yeah.
No, yeah, we've got some.
I mean, Jibs. If there's some funny dudes.
Yeah, you like funky giblets a lot.
I like. There's just a lot of fun. It's
got a good group.
It's some funny guys. Even like the mean spirited ones are funny. Hopefully Kobe's at the car lot right now.
He's hawking Tacomas out there, man.
I know I've asked you. You saw Secors, right?
Yeah, I think so. I've seen it before.
Hey, that thing is bad.
Yeah.
He got a heck of a deal too.
Did he?
He didn't go out to the North Platte area.
Yeah, I don't think he was going all the way out there for that.
But it was
They
that
sell
thing
Tacomas in Omaha too.
That's the kind of
truck you want?
Yep.
So you don't want you want kind of the mid-size one?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not always going to live in the house I do now. Maybe I'll be able to park a big truck in my garage. But
yeah,
I deep down, Shane, remember that Silverado I was pushing?
Oh yeah,
I couldn't.
You had a Silverado for a minute?
Yeah, I couldn't. Was it a Z70? Are those Silverados Z71?
I think so.
Listen, I took Micah to a workout. He was probably in the 7th grade. And that took me for like 4 times to park it. Now it's like, oh God, I can't park to my right. I can't park to my right.
Dude, parking to the right sucks. I hate it.
I can't believe I said that out loud, but I was like,
I don't know why I don't know why I can't do it. I'm struggle busting it.
And people are just watching me put this thing in reverse and drive it in. But I like deep down with like a pickup truck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate to blame it on a guy with such a negative connotation, but I blame it on Ray Caruth.
The first time I drove like a big pickup truck, it was my father-in-law's.
Yeah. And you got to remember,
what's he rocking?
In 97,
yeah.
Like who had 250s?
It wasn't as common. People weren't like the oversized pickup thing is like I think
and it was silver, and it had like two wheel. It had like
the double wheels in the back.
Yeah, with the two exhaust. It was a pretty truck.
That's unnecessary.
And he was little.
Yeah, what's Ray Caruth hauling in that thing? Never mind. The CDs, right? Wasn't he your CD guy?
Yeah.
Sam Goody, was that the spot?
Hey, and Bianca Patuca took me to get HDMI cables. We were just graduating from audio visual jacks.
They were not. No, they'd have been the RCAs.
Whatever they were, they weren't red, yellow, and white. It was a different way to connect video games.
Oh, I bet that was the S video cable because HDMI didn't exist until
it was
2000s.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll say you old. That wasn't HDMI.
It's unnecessary, Rico. You're taking shots out of here. You still mad about the first hour?
Yes.
Wait, are you being serious, Edley? Because there are a couple teams that should have got invites that haven't yet. If you're serious, I'll hook you up.
All right. Battle in the Boneyard. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Who's that? Are they? What's the age range on that? Like how many?
You can go 12U up to I think 17U or 18U.
Okay, so it's basically middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to be highly competitive.
For some reason, I thought it was just high school. I guess I didn't realize.
I don't know if you need an invite though.
Is Micah playing?
Yeah, he's playing with Domo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Hey, I listen. He was not my good buddy.
What did he do this weekend?
Breeze?
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking. Game Dog said me and Ray Caruth being buddies. Like we went. There was 4. We went shopping.
Yeah. No, I know. You told me the CD story.
Yeah. He dropped us off at Circuit City. He dropped me and Bianca at.
Yeah.
We went to go get stuff for video games. Yeah. He went to go get music.
You're the one. He came back with like 40 CDs. Didn't he?
It's incredible.
CDs were expensive back then too.
I thought he was like the richest person I'd ever met.
He might have been.
I'm like, who can afford all those?
I mean, you met Kerry Collins too. He was making pretty good money at that point.
Yeah, Kerry didn't like me.
I don't think Kerry likes a lot of people.
He liked his tight end, Big Wesley Walls guy. Those guys were thick as thieves.
You were there the year that he got decked, right?
Yeah.
The whole sunglasses gate thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Kerry got along with a lot of people.
And look at the record of the season. Look at our record.
Yeah, because that was right after the year they made the NFC Championship game, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to blame that on you.
Well, and free agency just started to be a thing. That's when we got Michael Barrow.
Yeah. No, it gets a little.
And you already had Lamar Lathan and Sam Mills.
Yeah. I low-key kind of liked that 95 Carolina team.
They were good.
Yeah, like it was I kind of liked them a little bit.
They still got sweet gear.
Yeah.
They still got sweet gear.
That's how I became a Tim Biakabatuka guy. Actually, I liked him at Michigan.
You should see my my card to get into Panther Way.
Yeah.
It's such a horrible picture.
Really?
I must have been before I had like my real barber because, yeah, your boys.
Have you ever done?
That is kind of Rico-ish.
I would say, have you ever done anything else with your hair?
Yeah, I used to have twists. I had like a mini flat top.
Because anytime I've ever seen like either old footage or old pictures or whatever, it's always this, like or close to this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
it just doesn't grow right. It's relatively straight.
Let's get some.
When you don't have style, you just gotta cut it off.
Let's get some of those twists back in here.
No, I remember I was at a New Year's Eve deal in Toronto on a boat.
Yeah,
with twists, and I was like, do you guys have beeswax up here? This is what I need on the tips.
How old are you when you had the twists?
25, 26.
Okay. For some reason, I thought Toronto was later in your life.
I feel like there's so much more.
I Caleb at 30.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much more to that story because you're on a boat in Toronto with twists. Like, I need to know what's going on.
Dude, the tickets to go to that event were like $160 Canadian.
So
and I was like, we were getting like 1.8 to 1 on the dollar. Like, these people are paying a ton of money for this. This better be good.
Yeah.
And it was dark and techno music. I'm like, this is not what I did.
Oh, yeah. That's story time.
They didn't even have beeswax.
That's probably the most surprising part.
I may do.
What did you make do with? Like, what's a beeswax alternative?
We went to this place off of this salon off of Young and Eglinton, which is a real street, because I used to call it Yanji because they can't spell up there.
Yeah.
But Young and Eglinton, and I got some product.
I mean, you got some French influence up there, so some of the words
A lot of
spelled
it.
funny.
I was like, there's a lot of different looking people.
Toronto, there's a lot of my people up there now.
Oh yeah, you guys did the fake visa thing.
Whoa,
School.
Whoa,
What?
Fake school visas?
I mean,
are
that's
real
the way
visas.
that people got into Canada, was the college.
Well, it's through student visas, yeah.
But never enrolled. It's not just a your guys thing.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Everybody, listen. This would be the first time Indians have skipped school, if that's what you're saying. Like, that would be news to everyone in that country.
Oh man. No, Wolverine, no slander. I like Birdie. Birdie's a cutie pie. They were slandering Birdie.
No, we weren't slandering. We were saying it's an old lady name, and you go, my grandma was a saint. We're right here.
Short for Bernadette. Old name.
You confirmed.
Oh, I could see that.
You confirmed our hypothesis that this is an old lady name.
I think she's.
I like the name. I just wouldn't.
I think she's just Birdie. I don't think it's.
I feel like you got an agent. There's no way that is her full government.
I'm gonna ask. I'll ask Zoe.
We need to get a confirmation on this. We're gonna take a quick break here, and then we've got Joel Lorenzi. He covers the NBA for The Athletic. Maybe he can explain to us how you only scored 19 points in an entire NBA half.
Shane, is he up? He said he was going to set his alarm last Friday. I don't know. He may have forgot.
No, I've already talked with him.
All right.
So he should be there.
That's DBM Ravi, Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
I want to talk about your relationship, I guess, with Price. You grew up, or didn't grow up, but you played AAU with him with D1 Minnesota. How much has he reached out to you throughout this process, and how much did he try and get you to Lincoln?
Yeah, right before I went on the visit to Lincoln, he just reached out and was, just, hey, hope things are going good. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And then he was kind of like with me throughout the whole visit, to be honest. My dad and I got in. He had dinner with us. And then, throughout the day, we saw him throughout the facility. He kind of showed us around his apartment. And then he was at dinner that night as well. And then he showed me around Lincoln a little bit, just kind of around campus. So he was definitely a big part of it. He was been awesome, helpful, answering questions. We asked him a lot about, what the team's like, dynamic, how things work. And he was awesome in helping with that. So, yeah, he definitely played a part for sure.
Anna Bellinghausen, Jacob Adilla here with you to talk some Nebraska volleyball. The spring season has wrapped up. Jacob, officially 3 games, 3 wins for the Huskers, and lots to digest before the fall hits. I want to start off with just that spring schedule and your initial impressions of those 3 wins.
Yeah, overall 11-1 in sets played, and the one set they dropped against Creighton didn't. They ran a 6-2, and Danny basically promised that we're not going to see that in the fall. So it was kind of a throwaway. She wasn't really worried about it. They got rolled in that set, but they played really well up to that point. So overall, I think just be happy. You have to be happy with how I think she was able to accomplish everything she wanted. Mm-hmm. We saw basically equal playing time. Everybody basically split the matches, like 2 sets apiece in all the 4-set matches. We saw all different combinations. Everybody got chances to start for the most part. So I think she kind of got a look at every combination she could possibly experiment with, and got to see some of the new players playing with the vets. I don't know that we saw a full potential starting lineup.
Sure.
I think she continued to mix it up throughout I'm sure she gets to see that on the practice court on a daily basis. So.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, reminding you, make sure you head over to Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Always got whether it's hockey and basketball playoff, hockey. You're a big hockey guy. I'm trying to get the accent down so I can be part of the crew.
Hockey?
Yeah, be hacky.
No,
is that wrong? Is that Boston too much? I need to go northern.
Yeah, a little more northern.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Northern.
We'll work on it.
Northern is like Hoiberg.
Hoiberg. Quite Hoiberg.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Quite Hoiberg.
Yeah.
No, you can wear.
Kind of how they sounded in Toronto when I was up there.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, there's no Hurrdat Sports Bar in Toronto, but there is one right in La Vista, so make sure you go check that out for all of your food, sports, whatever needs. Maybe you just need a little drink. It's all good.
Food, sports,
beer, drinks, whatever you want.
Hey, Shane, so my guy, he did set his alarm. We're good to go.
He's here.
There he is.
We got him here. Joel Lorenzi. What's up, buddy? How we doing?
What's going on? I was texting Shane, and I'm like, he's like, we're 3 minutes away. I'm like, okay. And I'm expecting a call. I have deep buried memories it tied to that call that wakes me up. That's my alarm clock, right? And then I realized we're in 2026 now and we do the StreamYard thing. So I had to click the link the whole time. So that's how I mean.
I'm old, man. I'm the last one to come around on this whole stream thing. It's like, can we do something where they don't have to look at us? Or is this just what everybody's doing now? Because I used to not even turn on lights in the studio, Joel. I just was like,
that's a bit much.
They could see my voice. I would wear sunglasses. Like, this whole stream thing has messed up my whole flow. That's why I'm not good at my job. It's gone south for your boy. We got a guy that we didn't find it. We kind of found him. But do you by any chance follow Ant Wright, who he used to play at Oak Hill?
I know of Ant Wright. I didn't know he played at Oak Hill.
Yeah, so he gives me JL vibes. Like when we have him on, I mean, we have no idea what he's gonna say. And now that we're not on terrestrial radio, like people just drop expletives all over the place. Like he just keeps it a buck. I'm like, I wonder if Joel will vibe with this podcast world where we can say just about whatever we want to. Because I'm trying to figure out what adjectives you would use for a team that scored 8, 11, and 15 and a quarter and fired their coach less than 24 hours later. How'd you like to be a Magic fan, JL?
I wouldn't. And I don't think people have been proud to be Magic fans. They haven't had a reason in some time. Not probably since they won the Paulo draft. And even now, I imagine people are kind of divided on him. But like I don't want to say it's dark times right now. You called me once upon a time a few years back, and asked me about OKC's direction. And obviously I've learned about process and like team building. I was more clueless then than I am now. I can't speak as encouragingly about Orlando because they don't have a Sam Presti. They don't have anything identical to the setup in OKC. But I also just can't call it dark times in Orlando. Like it's like sure they have less room to pivot and do so encouragingly with the CBA, with who their first option is, who they've built around. But they also they probably win that series if Franz is playing. But the bar is obviously not that series, right? Like the bar is like they definitely punched below the bar this year. Like they were supposed to be better than the 8th seed, and I don't know the direction. Like the ceiling does not feel like it can get much better. I'm not there on Paulo as a first option.
Okay, so that's my next question because you referenced him, and I think we got a little spoiled his first year and a half. I just dug these up the other day because I'm like, what's missing? And you know what it is? He doesn't get to the foul line like he used to as in his first 2 years, right? He's not getting those easy points, and I think a lot of it has come with his style of play. What are we missing with Banchero?
Yeah, I remember when he came out in that draft, and like I had a homie who was always arguing for Jabari Smith's sake because the comp for Jabari Smith, which is like a very lazy thing for these lengthy shooter profiles, his comp was KD, and I remember saying like no, like Banchero's 6'10" and he plays in a pick and roll, like he should be better than Jabari, and he is. But I don't think like the playmaking could stand to be better. I think you're seeing a trend with some of these bigger ball handlers. Like Cade was very turnover prone in that series. Granted, he could stand to have better surroundings and better spacing. They play 2 non-spacers. But like the big ball handler turnover, like the turnover efficiency and the playmaking could be better. And then the other thing with Banchero, which is like this is not a new talking point, but his tendency to take tough shots over like using his frame, like his body is like been ready. Like that was one of the best parts about him when he entered the league. His frame is crazy. And I don't know that he always has a tendency to use that over his shot profile, which might be short jumpers or just jumpers, period.
Joel, when you're looking at, and we'll get off Orlando here in just a second, but I did find it super interesting, right? Because they make that huge Desmond Bane trade in the offseason. Do you think they misevaluated where they were at to think that Bane was like a missing piece? Because it never, especially what they gave up for him, didn't make a ton of sense to me.
Yeah.
But like seeing what they were as a team, they obviously thought Paolo was something that he at least isn't yet, right?
Sure. I mean, but generally, I think it's right to say that they misevaluated. But also, like, when you're in a market like Orlando, like the standards are different. Like I remember when people freaked out over what Tim Connolly gave up for Rudy Gobert. And I thought at the time, like now it's like Rudy Gobert has kind of been worth all those first rounders they gave up. Like he's been great. He's one of the best players in their franchise history, and he just gave Jokic his worst series ever.
Don't get him started.
But my point is that the price Tim Connolly paid for Rudy Gobert was kind of the price of doing business when you're in Minnesota. Like that's kind of what you got to do. And I think the standard with some of these small markets is just lower. Now, Minnesota built a championship contender. These moves in a vacuum, I think, are different. But But Orlando, yeah, they misevaluated where they were, but also they're operating under a different standard, I want to say, than like a Lakers or something like that. Like when you're generally giving up a lot of unprotected for anything other than a first option is like probably it looks bad in recent years. I mean, the Mikal Bridges trade is like hard
Yeah.
to justify,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the standard at which they operate. Like, is a championship really what they want, or do they really want staying power in the East?
Like if Bane had gotten to an Eastern Conference Finals, you feel like they feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, of course, because that would be like that would exceed their standard. I mean, they haven't been to a final since Dwight Howard. Like the standards is just different there.
So let me go back to not back to, but let me go to OKC because I asked you about Presti and the highs and lows, and he went from being vilified to wow, this guy's a genius, right? You move off of 3 young stars. What is it about his staying power that's allowed, especially now when the league is built now, so you can't kind of keep your guys? Like, how have you seen him evolve? You said more in these last 2 years. What is it about? What does his evolution look like?
Yeah. Well, he got in this when he was 29, man. So he's had like a lot of time to learn from mistakes, and I think that's one of the things. He's not stubborn. He learns from his mistakes. He understands the climate. Like I imagine he's one of the first people getting well acquainted with this new lottery system before it comes in place. Because he was one of the earliest minds on this current CBA, which like changed the entire landscape of team building. He was in on it earlier, and it shaped the way he built this team, and it's why they're so much better built for the future than anybody. He understood the value of picks and got this treasure trove of picks from the Clippers. And now, in order to sustain a sort of cost control team, like he has this, like obviously Shea is irreplaceable, right? He'll be the most handsomely paid guy in the NBA, probably for as long as that might last, because Jokic is going to have to get paid. But as of right now, Shea's deal has him as the first $70 million man. That's fine. That guy's the best player in the world right now. J-Dub is on a contract with no escalators. I think Chet's contract is de-escalating. So he has them on good deals, right? And that's the core you need. The rest of the guys that are like that might have some redundancy, like Lou Dort, Case and Wallace,
Lou Dort, remember when Lou Dort, he was making like 18 million. People were like, oh man, he ever paid for Lou Dort. Then like a year later, it was, oh man, Lou Dort's stealing. Now it's here we go.
and like pretty soon they're gonna have to make a decision on him, right? Because of where they are and where they might hover with the tax and Isaiah Hardenstein's deal. He's wildly important. But because of what Sam learned about the CBA, he still has all these picks and he can kind of just continue to draft readier players or people at that position. Like let's say Lou Dort's time is up and he targets another Lou Dort in the draft. Like he can kind of do that or use those picks because you can't possibly use all the picks. You can't roster all the picks. So package the picks for other guys. Like it's the assets and the value of the assets that's grown and his anticipation for where the league is headed. To me, that's what's helped keep him at the top.
It's interesting. I won't just monopolize your time with OKC, but your best player plays 68 games. Chet plays 69. Dort high 60s. Like their guys are playing. You think that's part of is that intentional when you're looking at how that organization has been so unselfish?
The thing Sam always talks about is like sort of screening for a certain type of guy, like a character he wants in the building. And it's why they seem like abnormally close for
they do for a pro team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I only mentioned that to say that like I think they just have guys who like want to play. Like their guys want to play. Like the only guy that you really worry about during the regular season is Alex Caruso, and I think that's a guy that they know because he plays like a football player, because he plays with reckless abandon. You gotta dial back his minutes in the regular season because he's a postseason guy. But generally, I think they bring in people who want to play. It's simple as that.
So you mentioned that you think OKC is the team best position moving forward, and I'm not going to argue with you on that. But what's the gap between them and San Antonio in your mind?
Oh, it's getting slimmer for sure.
There is no gap.
Right, the assets give the Thunder the future, because they've got all the picks. That gives them the future advantage, right? But like, how much of that is offset by but we got Wemby?
Yeah, a lot of it, man. Like I call Shea the best player in the world right now, and this stuff moves. Like I don't do a straw poll week to week. Like I think it's safe to say the consensus now after Jokic's last round and after the season Shea's had from October to now, he's probably the best player in the world. But Wemby to me is top 3, and he's very much closing in on those two guys. I don't know if it's next year, the year after that, but it's clear this dude is about to do like some unprecedented things. It has already. So the gap is closing, man. What I like about the Spurs, and I could tell they were ahead of schedule when they went to Vegas in the fall. It's not just that he backs their defense and reaches gaps that no one else can and recovers the way no one else can without, like, you could argue he does not have as much discipline as like a Chet or some of these other perimeter defenders. He's just incredibly gifted, and that'll come with time. But it's not just him being back there, it's that they have 3 competent ball handlers who can run the offense beside him and shot clocks, and Steph Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper. Most of the best teams have 2. They have 3.
Fox and Harper coexist is fascinating.
Yeah, they make it work, and we'll see when they play a team like the Thunder, because that's like their one true foil at this point. I mean, we're kind of gonna just sim through the second round, I think, but like that it works, and they'll have to make decisions on that maybe eventually. Dylan Harper is gonna get good enough to where they won't have to care about it. He's gonna be an all-star, I think. But it's a scary thing. It's not just Wemby. It's that he has great guys beside him who can run the offense already, and eventually they're gonna plug the gaps of like Harrison Barnes with like better players. He's gonna have better role players at a certain point. Maybe next year, maybe the year after that. But they're gonna have a real team around a guy who's like, as of next year, probably gonna be a 99 overall, which is terrifying.
How impressed have you been with you mentioned Dylan Harper, you mentioned Stephon Castle, guys that weren't necessarily a given in the draft process? Like Harper had some detractors.
I don't know if people saw this in Castle. We argue, Joel, this is going back to your Big East days. So we kind of debated about Castle.
And what he actually was. Was he a primary ball handler? Was he not a primary ball handler? Like, they've done really well with guys that there was, like, obviously Wemby was like, everybody knew he was 1-1 and everything like that. And as long as the health stayed, people felt pretty good about that. But they did well with guys, even like going back a few years, like Devin Vassell. Like, that's a guy that not everybody was sure. Like, they've done well with guys on evals that weren't a given.
Dude, Vassell plays 30 minutes a game.
I like his game a lot. He's a really good role player.
Wemby doesn't play 30 minutes a game. Joel, you talked about OKC's camaraderie. The Spurs have 9 guys that play 21 or more minutes every night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They've got a good rotation. And they've got a good center rotation at that. I think part of what's helped.
Yeah.
Part of what's helped OKC too is like
a 21 a night guy.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what's helped OKC is like lineup versatility. Like, Hardenstein changed their whole thing. Like, it's one thing to be able to, like, Hardenstein brings playmaking, and he's also the best screener on the team by far. It's not close. But like, besides that, you force Chet to be a 4 in certain lineups, and you still have the death lineup where Chet can be the 5. And I mean, we call it the death lineup because it's been their most efficient. But like, also, like, Chet and Hardenstein is getting pretty efficient. Like, they killed the Suns last round with that lineup, and it's only getting more experience. But it's the lineup versatility you need, that you could throw Jay Will at the 5 in certain lineups, or and I think the Spurs are they've got a pretty good center rotation themselves. Like the fact that you could play Wemby next to Cornette is like that's absurd to me.
Let me ask you about Philly. You think they say it outwardly because it's Embiid, where hey, it'd be cool in a secondary or sometimes tertiary role, depending on what's going on with the Sixers, or do you think the Sixers just try to acclimate to when Embiid's feeling like he's on his game?
Ask that again.
Do you think the Sixers say outwardly, hey, Joel, you don't need to be the guy, like second or third option is cool?
Yeah.
Or
no, yeah.
they just wait for him to feel good and then kind of vibe off of that?
I think it's both of those. Like I'm it's pretty much been Maxey's team for like a year and some change now. Like that's you have to operate under that guys because you just never know when Embiid's gonna play. But you do know if you get the percentage of him that showed up last round, that you have a chance against a lot of teams, and he could do some of the stuff that he did and create cross-matching issues and to sort of warp a defense and give you different late shot clock things. Like he's still, I mean, I don't have a ranking at the top of mine, but the player that showed up last round is easily a top 10 player in the league right now when he looks like that. And so, yeah, you kind of, you certainly have to, you can't be rigid. You have to adjust to that when you get that percentage of him. But I think they know, like Maxey had 2 drives at the end of the game that are like, to me, yeah, that's the guy,
Yeah.
And they've been operating under that guys for a minute now.
When you're looking at the East in general, I mean, is there anybody you think? I mean, it feels like whoever comes out of the West is winning this thing, right? Or is there something?
I don't see a real East contender. I've been kind of down on the Knicks the whole year. Now it's like they got the easiest path to the finals right now.
Wow, you think the Sixers are easy?
I cannot do. Do you see the Embiid is like getting yoga stretch on the sideline?
I get what he's doing on the sideline. I get it.
They're talking about his whole right side is like, like dysfunctional.
But it's not. Like,
how can you bet on that in a series, man? I can't.
Yeah, I get it.
And so we're back to, I love Maxey, but we're back to Maxey first option hoops. We're back to depending on Paul George. Paul George actually had like a pretty
he looks like
series. Yeah, but like these are the things you're banking on. These have been like shaky things for years now. Like, why are we banking on it? I know one thing. I know if I have to bet on which is more of a certainty, Joel Embiid being a necessary percentage to be the foil to the Knicks, Paul George being a necessary percentage to be a foil to the Knicks, or the Knicks looking anything like they did last round. I mean, they gave straight belt to ass
all year.
Atlanta. What's that?
The Knicks have been shaky all year.
I just told you 2 minutes ago. I'm not a fan of their season. Like I am not here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you that the Knicks are a contender, man. I'm not here to tell you that they're gonna be the foil to the Thunder or the Spurs. Like I'm not here to sell you that dream. I'm here to tell you that I don't really see anything in the East in their way anymore.
Let me
Boston was my finals pick.
Humor me this though. So Rico's mad. We got a diehard. Listen, we got Rip City Carmelo jerseys in this place. That's how we got guys that rock with the Knicks. Let me. So, the Knicks sprinkled in Josh Hart early on CJ to kind of neutralize him and later on in that series, but couldn't do it all the time. Sure. Brunson still has to defend. That backcourt for Philly, like they're going to be a nightmare for the Knicks to defend.
I don't think it's going to be an easy series. I'm not saying that, especially if the Sixers look anything like that. Like I'm telling you, when Embiid looks like that, they're a real threat. I'm not counting on it.
The most dangerous team in the playoffs that was flying under the radar. If they're healthy, I mean, they're pretty scary.
Yeah, if Orlando had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they'd be pretty scary. Since we're dealing in ifs here,
Still tough on me. Still tough. That's why we get along. All right. So let me ask you something. We're talking about kind of stockpiling picks and kind of how you're running the program.
Yeah.
What options do you think Detroit clearly is what they are? You can't max a guy like Duren. We talked about, well, maybe they will. I don't know. I don't see it. But what are their options for offense in Detroit?
Go get offensive players. Like that's pretty simple to me. I think there's an issue where I thought they found a way to make Asar Thompson a good valve midway through that series, the back half of that series, where like, when he does have to flash to the middle, like they found good ways to use him. He's a talented passer, maybe not as much as his brother, but he found dump downs and ways to get the ball behind the defense. Like I ended up liking some of the stuff they do, and Cade, like, for as much as like I've like never been a fan of heliocentric ball, like he's actually like pretty good at it.
I'm shocked at his.
I give him credit. I give him credit, man. But they just like Duncan Robinson is one of their shooters, and he went 2 for 9 from 3 in that game 7. Tobias Harris becomes their second option. Like we're talking about what their options are, and it's like, dude, they need better offensive players. They need better secondary and tertiary valves. Like what? I don't know what's so difficult about that, especially because Jalen Duren, like you said, like it is going to be very tough to have that conversation with him about the max. Wendell outplayed him for most of that series, and some team, if not them, some team is going to give him that offer sheet.
Yep.
It would have been the Bulls had that last regime stayed in town for sure. They wouldn't have hesitated at all. And he's a good player. Like he was just an all-star, but he was a shell of himself. Point is, they need better offensive players, man. Like Cade should not have to become heliocentric. I'd like to see Cade with a secondary ball handler, like a real guy who can run pick and roll beside him and relieve some pressure.
If you have more confidence, and I was shocked, he had a long-term injury forecast. Now Ant is questionable for game 1, which I don't know. I hope they don't do any long-term damage with him. You have more confidence in a guy like Anthony Edwards playing a pivotal role, or do you think the Lakers get a little bit of a surprise that they've been intimating that Luka may be closer than you think?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I would count on Ant to come back before I do Luka. And I think that's kind of just Ant's spirit. Like I think Ant is like
he loves
his way back, man. That being said, I don't think either team has a chance. Like I said, I think the second round is gonna feel like simulated pretty quickly. Like I would actually kind of give Minnesota a better chance. And this is not like an indictment on the Spurs. Like I think the Spurs are incredible. I just think whatever Minnesota's playing with, like whatever they've bottled up between Io and Jaden McDaniels, like we do a lot of this talking point stuff about energy. Like their energy is like you can feel it right now. And if they get Ant back, and Ant actually like on one leg was pretty good last round after a certain point, they got a chance to win a couple games. I don't even think I barely think the Lakers are gonna get a game, man. And I don't think Luka's gonna come back till maybe like game 4. Which by then it won't matter. Like
yeah, that's a wrap.
They'll be decaying by then.
Joel, when you're looking at teams, because obviously I think we all agree here in terms of what this year looks like with OKC and San Antonio and what's likely to kind of be the de facto championship in the Western Conference Finals. But as you're looking at teams, whether it's the Celtics and hoping to have a healthy Jason Tatum next year, although their roster is kind of interesting, whether it's the Timberwolves and what they're hoping to have in terms of being full strength, like who do you what team that considers themselves or would like to consider themselves a contender is the closest to being like a move away from joining that conversation of OKC and San Antonio?
I actually hadn't thought about this.
I got one that I want to ask you about.
I think I think I always like to think, and I came into the postseason thinking Denver was still very much a capable contender. I don't know how much that window is closed just because they wasted another year of Jokic. Aaron Gordon it feels like he's
starting to
he's never gonna be the same.
He watched a lot of basketball in this series.
Yeah, like he's starting to
Yeah. Cam Johnson, they're probably gonna have to trade him just to stay under the tax. They got cheap ownership. It's very hard to build around Jokic right now with that ownership and with their contractual situation. But that was who I thought was closest. I don't think they could pull magic out of a hat to change that with this new regime. But I don't know. I mean, there's
I got one.
Maybe the Knicks. I don't know.
What, especially if Diabate and Kalk still give them interior.
Oh no.
What about Charlotte being moved away? Are you just out on Melo?
Am I out on Melo? No, Melo's fine. But I don't think they're one guy away, dude. They're not one guy away. You probably gotta. I mean, look, like I don't think Melo is even at the root of their issues. Like they could just stand to be more talented. Like the fact that
Kobe White's a pretty good sixth man.
Right. Like I think if that's where you enter next postseason with him as sixth man, that's great. But you probably gotta upgrade the starting lineup. Like they're not as good as these other groups. They're not. Like what they did in the regular season was cool. The way they rallied was cool. They are not one guy away, man.
Are you buying at all let's say a healthy Indiana if they get a top 4
They're
pick?
gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
You get like
Halliburton, they're scary.
Let's say they get the number 4 pick. They get like Caleb Wilson and they get Halliburton back.
Dude, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's nightmare fuel. Yes.
So between them and I kind of feel the same about Utah. Like a healthy Utah is interesting. I know they're in the West, but
You could see my face on here, right?
yeah. Hey, you're on a roll this morning. Did I get you up too early?
I think you're trying to name like the most abstract teams possible. Like you're trying to go outside the box here, my guy.
Okay.
But
listen, I get it. It's a long shot to get Markkanen to play more than 40 games, but
yeah,
between Jaren and Markkanen and Keontae George, like Ace Bailey acted like he had a pulse. Like I don't.
How close is that to the Spurs, DB?
So they're in the West, right? So it's tough. But the conversation was teams that you think are on the verge with an addition of being really good. I
on the verge of what? Being in the playoffs? Because these are the teams we're talking about.
Well, a healthy Utah in another year is a playoff caliber team. That I don't think that's a hot take.
Somebody would have to slip out, and who we think about then? Portland.
I mean, Golden State was a play-in game participant. They're going to be.
Portland made it. Is Utah going to just be better than Portland next year?
Well, you didn't think Portland maximized?
Well, they get Dame back. Does that matter?
Yeah, they'll get Dame back.
No.
Okay.
You're really high on Utah here, DB.
I'm seeing youth and potential. Like you got nothing from Jaren Jackson. And I don't know if he's going to go back to being the defensive player he was 2 years ago. But he only played 3 games for you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you
I
get
don't know.
a healthy Kennedy champ. I don't know, Joel.
Then again, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about Utah. We had the same conversation about OKC before I ended up covering OKC for 2 years. And I hope that's not in the archive somewhere. I was very down on OKC's direction. Then again, I don't know who knew that Shea would become the best player in the world. I certainly didn't have that. I certainly didn't have J-Dub become an all NBA.
I only asked you because I was a huge Presti fan and I liked their roster. Like that's the only reason that came up. I didn't see it coming either. And I knew Suggs from the grassroots in Minnesota. So Chet had me in like I came by that on a humbug. I didn't like see dominance. Like that was
I don't think anyone did. But I for sure did not see division. Even when I got there, Like I remember the first game I covered was the second game of the season. Uh, and they played. Matter of fact, okay, so the first game of that season, I believe, which was the 23-24 season, they played Denver at home. That was their home opener. Um, and I think going into the year, people had them as like they were in the play-in before that, if you remember, against the Pelicans. And Josh Giddey had a great playing game, whatever. And they came in like, okay, well, they're gonna shoot for a 6 seed possibly. They're gonna try to punch above their weight, and they ended up as the first seed that year. And that game specifically, when they played Denver, Denver like 30-pieced them. You can go and look this up. Denver 30-pieced them, and I think Shea had his worst game as a pro. Like he had like 7 points that night and made like one field goal, something crazy like that. I'm like, dude, this is who they're talking about. Like
at some point when we have you back, I'm gonna have Ravi explain who he hates more. Nikola Jokic or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
You hate you. Usually people are on one side of this thing.
No.
You hate both?
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Dude.
Hate strong. Joel, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not denying the greatness or the prowess or anything like that. Can I start there? I'm not denying the ability. I don't like how it looks, man. I'm an aesthetics guy when it comes to hoops. The Jokic thing bothers me. I just don't think it looks nice. And then, don't love the way
the Jokic thing bothers you. What about the Jokic thing?
like
what is not aesthetically pleasing? You want him to go tween cross?
He acts like he doesn't like it. It drives him up the wall.
It looks like he doesn't care about basketball at all, and it pisses me off, if I'm just being 100% honest.
Well, I'm going to piss you off right here. He's a top 15 player all time, and Shea is easily top 30. It might be top 25.
I mean, we can have a different conversation about Jokic if he keeps getting bounced in first rounds like this.
Oh, the conversation's already happening. I thought y'all were going to ask me about him because I actually haven't had this conversation out loud with anybody yet.
I mean, listen, I think it's going to be a real hard argument with Jokic if he only ever makes one finals. Like that's going to be, and I agree with you. I think there's a potential that this window has started to close. I don't know that he's going to be one of those guys that plays a really long time. He just doesn't seem like he's like, yeah, I want to grind this thing out for 20 years. That doesn't give me the vibes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a hard time with some of the accumulation. And like, listen, I understand how great he is. I do. I'm not going to argue with you about that. I don't like the fact that it just doesn't seem like he gives a damn to be out there at all.
Yeah.
I struggle with that. Like I struggle with it.
I hear you. His passion lies in equestrians, that being said, like when he's good, like dude, the league is known about his 2-man game with Jamal Murray for a long time.
Oh.
And it still remains formidable with all the tape on it. Like if they had if Aaron Gordon was like even at like 60%, they probably leave that series. And if they had if Cam Johnson didn't forget he was an NBA player, they probably leave that series. Like there's a lot of variables. He could have had some better circumstances in recent years. But then again, like you said, they haven't been past the second round since that year.
Yeah, that's a tough part.
So the conversations are getting tough because there's not a pathway for them to get back. And Minnesota is gotten there twice in the last 2 years. And it's probably gonna be the banner they hang, but it counts for something, man. Denver has long had this sort of ceiling now. And who are they even better than anymore? OKC, the Spurs, they're not better than these teams. So the uncomfortable conversations need to be had, especially because of the way I think the media's really coddled him, particularly the media at the most front-facing media that has the ability to create groupthink. They've really coddled that guy, and they've pushed that he's a top 10 player all time. And then it's a shame that he doesn't have 8 MVPs. And that we've rewritten history because Shea stole an MVP from him, might steal 2. This is the mainstream media sort of doing that and coddling him. And the conversations have gotten very uncomfortable since they got bounced because of I don't want to name names, but the most obvious is Bill Simmons, guys like that who
The
Jokic
Simmons
is
and
like a media darling.
thing of Jokic drives me crazy, and I like Simmons in general.
I think
I've
it's
been,
looking a bit though.
I've been, I've been listening. I started listening or reading him like 20 years ago because I was a Red Sox fan. Like, so I like Bill Simmons, but the glazing he and Lowe do with Jokic drives me crazy because, like, you're right. There's a lot of stuff there that if you're talking about a guy in that category, you have to start making some tick marks against, like, well, this doesn't look great and this isn't ideal either. Like, nobody stole anything from him in terms of MVPs or whatever. This happens to every great player in every generation. Like, Michael Jordan doesn't have as many MVPs as he should have, right? Like, Kobe probably doesn't have the MVPs. Like, LeBron doesn't have as many MVPs as he should have. Like, I would argue Steph doesn't have as many MVPs as he should have. Like, all the great players, you like go through this negotiation of, like, voters get tired of voting for a certain guy, and then he doesn't have as many as he should probably have.
And we specifically chose to not do that with this guy.
Yeah,
so now that you gave him that grace, it's perfectly fine to look back at these past 5 years and say, what have you done for me lately? Like, that's perfectly fair. I don't know. And like, as recently as like a month ago, I think this is Stan Van Gundy called him the best offensive player all the time. Like, okay, if that's the lens you view him through, he needs to be held accountable for the lack of playoff success, regardless of team circumstances. Because I know this West is not the East that LeBron competed in, but we eviscerated LeBron at times, and we were very critical of LeBron for simply that guy went to finals after finals after finals, and because he did not get over the hump every time, we were very critical of that guy. This guy's not getting past the second round, and again, his West and LeBron's East are not one for one, but I mean, we have to. If you're gonna call this guy the greatest offensive tool of all time, you have to hold him accountable.
Yeah, there becomes a context there. Like, if you're having that conversation, I mean, you want to talk about, what the Warriors make 5 straight finals, 6 straight finals. I think
I lost count, man.
Yeah, like you make 6 straight finals in a West that is pretty damn good at the time. Like, if you're gonna start having these top 10, top 15 conversations, like, you have to be held to the same standard as everybody else in that group.
Yeah, and you're gonna hate me, but I think OKC sustained the level. It looks like they're gonna sustain this thing at.
Yeah, I agree. Just because I don't like the way SGA looks.
Back-to-back MVPs he's in rare company, which is why I think Shea is banging on the door, if not already top 25 of all time. He's definitely like a top. I haven't done the ladder rung yet, but among guards all time, he's in scary territory. He's already more decorated than James Harden.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna disagree with that. I'm not a Harden guy, but yeah, I mean, when you talk about the heliocentric thing, like, that's
you're not a Harden guy. Is that what you just said?
You just talked about the same thing with Cade.
Who are you a guy of? You don't
Curry.
like Shea, you don't like
Curry. He doesn't like anybody. And Wemby.
I like Wemby. I like Curry. No, here's the thing. It's stylistic.
You like game breakers. So the next guy you're gonna like is gonna come. He's not gonna come for another 30 years.
Maybe. No,
you have to play the game at a certain skill level for him to even entertain it.
It's the skill level. DB's right. Like, I like it. And listen, I appreciate, again, how good Harden was, but it's the thing you talked about with Cade. You don't like heliocentric basketball. Like, that's all Harden did when he was accomplishing anything, right? Like, I don't mind Harden now. Like, the way Harden plays now or the way he played with OKC, that's a totally different thing. But when he was racking up the numbers and everything like that, like, he was playing a certain way that I just don't want to watch basketball like that.
I hear it. I've never been big on the Helios. Even like Luka, I can admire Luka's game.
Luka pisses me off so much because, like, he could play different. Like, he could play different.
I feel like I'm pouring fuel on the fire here.
Oh yeah.
I want to keep throwing names into the fire here. The goblet of fire.
So you remember our guy Matt DeMarinis, right?
Of course, my guy.
So we had this conversation like pre-draft.
Our group is me, him, Ravi, and Padilla. Like, it's wild.
So like me, Padilla, and DeMarinis are having this chat back at like Summer League when the Creighton guys used to play, and Luka's coming out of the draft. And Padilla and I were both like sky high on Luka. And DeMarinis is like, I don't know about this, whatever. And I'm like, this dude I was like MVP caliber. Like, I was probably a little too high on him, although it's turned out to be mostly correct. But I was over the top on him. And then he comes out like 3 years in, DB has a conversation with me. He's like, you kind of got to be a little bit mad at how he's playing, right? And I was like, yeah, it sucks. It makes me real mad. I don't like for what I thought he could be and obviously what he is in terms of a skill level, I hate watching him play basketball like this.
He's a Laker, and I'm a Lakers fan. I still hate watching him play because I hate the way he plays. But that's a whole nother conversation because we've already had you for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry, Joel.
You know I love you guys, man. It's been a minute, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll have to catch up again sooner than however long it's been because this was good stuff. Maybe we'll catch you. Maybe we'll catch you if you've got some draft feelings. Maybe we'll get some NBA Finals.
I am not a draft guy, man. But when the finals come around and if the Thunder are still around, call me.
Yep, all right, we got you. We appreciate it, Joel.
Yep. See y'all later.
That is Joel Lorenzi, and that's an extra like 15, 20 minutes of the show you got today because you got me all gassed up about guys.
He started out killing me.
Yeah.
He said, you see the look on my face, right?
You're talking about Utah?
You watch.
No,
I got an uncanny.
So, to be fair, he was, I think, answering the context that I asked of OKC and San Antonio, and you were like, you went to teams on the come up.
Yeah, and
because they're still a long way from being that,
not when they're healthy. God, you can fanboy over San Antonio. I get how they're built. Go look at Utah's roster.
No, I know. Listen. Weirdly, big Walker Kessler guy. I love that dude.
Me too.
Like I like how he plays ball. Like I'm a Walker Kessler guy.
He should have played better for Carolina.
I get the asset. I'm not a huge JJJ guy. Like that's not
depends. Again, I'm not calling for defensive prowess from 2 years ago. But a healthy Jaren
capable,
Jackson, very much so.
Very capable. They do. You're right, though. They probably need one more high level piece. So depending on how the lottery works out, that could go their way.
Watch.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. That's 22. That's 20 minutes too long. I heard that Sports Live. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll take it back then. Who knows? Probably not.
Start at 7:20.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.